Okay.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to our third session of the fourth chapter of the Red Star Rising campaign adventure titled The Dreadmist Curse. It's designed by GUI Cube and presented by the Greater Mulemaster Beholder Corps, where we hope your minds will be opened by wonder. And we are a program that is powered by Tabletop Misfits. And playing, as always, today are Zane and Mark and Lee,
Hello.
the Mighty Trey,
I
and Chris.
Hey!
When you're on your own, we trudge on, determined but uneasy about what's around the next corner. And I would have succeeded too if it wasn't for that pesky goat. All right. Previously on the Red Star Rising campaign, who's going to summarize it? Or are you going to make me do it again? Everybody's silent.
do a great job, Casey, honestly. And it's rather inspired.
Make me do that, aren't you? Well, I guess I have to show pictures because the last episode featured this. Not to bring back nightmares or anything.
Pretty much.
So, the party headed off towards the town of Stuckshow, and along the way, they found themselves in somewhat of a clearing that had a dubious feel about it, and the horses weren't quite interested. They ran into a grim or a grime or a something like that lurking under the ground, and it decided that it wanted to try and grapple and eat everybody, and it came pretty darn close to succeeding. But at the last second, Billy, our intrepid and most famous companion, came running out of the bog and rammed it to death and saved everyone in an epic moment of triumph. And then everybody said, wow, that hurt. And so they decided to go on because that's what good adventurers do. And then
I think it was the sugar high from that pie that we ate that was lying beside the road. Theros had a lot of it.
Like half.
did the pie come before the lurker? I think it did.
I think so.
you're
It
right.
did. Yep.
The pie first.
Yeah.
So random encounter.
There was a pie moment.
Random
3.14.
pie encounter.
Yeah, like
Yep,
like a
3.14.
D1000, roll 1,000, random encounter, pie.
That's how that works, right? So if you if you want to know more about pie, then go watch the previous episode. I'm not going to talk. And then we had a very interesting encounter with some things that were more or less made of ice that decided that they wanted to get in on the action because, well, that's what happens sometimes in this game, is there's a lot of action. That was the theme of last game, action. And death, well, nearly. But no, once again, our party of heroes is very strong and very lucky with the number of natural 20s that they seem to continue to roll. But I did manage in burning a lot of your guys' GUI rewards, finally. Or you guys ended up burning them, but I forced you to burn them. Well, I didn't force you to burn them. You guys just needed them, so it worked out. But they survived, but they're pretty beat up, so they've decided that even though it's really kind of early afternoon, and they've kind of had a rough day, and they had a rough night of it the night before, and they're kind of tired and everything, that maybe it would behoove them to just go find some place to go to sleep. So they've decided to head off down the trail, find what seems like a defensible clearing, and take a long rest, as parties do. And I could be a mean GM and not let them, but no, I mean, I guess they can do that. And I can also attack them in the middle of the night. Well, we'll see what happens.
Hey now. I would call last session the return of Billy.
The return of Billy. Yeah, you could put that in the title if you want to, for sure. Yes. Yeah, episode. Yeah, so that's the Dreadmist Curse 2, The Return of Billy. So everybody, go ahead and roll a d20 for me before Zane gets back, so he doesn't realize that we all rolled. Let's see what happens. A 10.
Jeez. Could I get more average? No,
It's
no,
neither
I
good
can't.
nor bad. A 5 is bad.
9 is on the
And no,
middle
there's
side
no
of bad.
there's no advantage on a GUI reward check. A 19 is well, Kember is lucky. He's always lucky. I mean, he's the
Yeah.
cleric of the god Jinx, so of course he's gonna roll a 19. Why
I thought
isn't
it
he?
was Kismia.
Yeah, don't forget Kismia.
Well, yeah. Well, Jinx is High Jinx, and then Kismia is the goddess of luck. You're right. I don't know why I said that wrong and everything like that. But how many GUI rewards do you have? Oh, look.
Stop looking at my stuff.
I'm
He's
all
the
up in your
GM.
stuff, looking at your things.
I
don't
think
know
I
what
have
color you
fate
are.
and avoid a fumble still.
Yeah. So you have avoid a fumble, and you have a fate point. Do you want to give somebody else a GUI reward?
Oh yes, that'd be awesome.
All right. Kimber, through the goddess of luck, Kismia, has given divine luck to a party member, and I'm going to roll a 1d5. Well, still need Theros. But 1d5. 3. All right, who's 3 on my list? That's Gror, who didn't roll very well.
Might
Or
be
you
'cause
get
I
a GUI
really pity.
reward through the blessed through the blessed Kismia. You get a GUI reward. Go ahead and roll.
3 is my lucky number.
All right.
Is that a 20 or 100?
No, you go to the rollable tables and roll on the reward. And if that was
Ew.
supposed to be a joke, then I missed it. I'm sorry.
It's been so long.
There's the fumble and the crit rolls are in there now too. By the way,
I have rolled
Avoid a fumble.
Avoid a fumble.
avoid a fumble. Yeah,
Always a good one.
yeah, that's a good one. Very useful. Very useful. All right, so that's going to go
Thank
to
you, Kimber,
Gror.
Chris.
And I think we're just going to move right along. Now I'll let him roll when he gets back. So, all right. So you guys are going to make camp. And I remember that there was some discussion that Kenna was going to take a watch, and Fleegan was going to take a watch. Is that correct?
Yeah, I got first watch.
You got first
I
watch.
distinctly remember Kenna was going to take first watch, not eat her pie.
No, that is incorrect.
Legion
Sir.
was going to take
That
the
is
second
incorrect.
watch and eat her pie.
No, no. Only in Fleegan's dream will he ever eat her pie.
So many double entendres.
We won't talk about what we said during the setup time when nobody could hear, right? We'll just leave it at that. All right, so it's you guys continue on down the road a little ways, and you come to a space as you get farther into the bog. The snow is pretty much gone at this point from the kind of the humid and warmer air that's down near the lower parts of the bog. As you're traveling farther down the road, it becomes more muddy and less snowy. You see little patches here and there in some places, but for the most part, there's a little snow here and there. And you kind of choose an area that's kind of back in the shade where there's some snow, because you didn't want to kind of pull off the road and go and camp in a mud bog. It's about the only place you could find. So you're still kind of in the snow, but it's a little It's a little clearing, and you guys are able to set up a fire and get yourself something to eat and stuff. I guess my question for you all is we've never really talked about this in the past, but do you, when you guys, sleep for the night, I expect that you probably take off your armor and your stuff like that. You just kind of let me know what your plan and process is for sleeping for the night, and then you have this wagon. My question is are you guys all gonna sleep in the wagon? Somebody just kind of give me a setup of how you guys are gonna set up your camp for the night.
Well, Kenna doesn't wear armor, so she sleeps in her cloak and stuff. So weapons nearby.
Mm-hmm.
In this kind of a situation, she'd probably want to sleep on top of the wagon just to be out of the snow and muck.
So when you take watch,
Mm-hmm.
in relationship to the cart here, where do you think you'd be?
She would probably be sitting on top of the wagon.
Okay.
That way she's got a good view of the camp and the guys, and then also is slightly out of the light of the fire so she can see what's going on.
All right. Clegan, what's your premise for the evening? And do you sleep in the wagon? Do you sleep outside? Do you keep your armor off?
Fleegan is going to sleep in his armor. Very uncomfortable. But he's going to sleep under the wagon,
Okay.
kind of propped up against the wheel.
Okay.
And I'll put myself there.
All right. Not behind the horse, but
Yeah.
not on the backside of the horse.
Not
All
behind
right.
the horse. That's where they.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Kimber, what's your plan? Kimber, Chris. All right, he must be away for a bit.
Oh, I am here.
Okay.
I'm just
So
being
what-
asked questions by real life people.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready now.
Yeah, so how do you spend your night? Do you take your armor off? Do you sleep in the wagon? Do you sleep outside the wagon? What do you do?
I will definitely take my armor off, even with the thought that we could be attacked and killed. Not that I'm suicidal, but I am sort of in a fit of depression, and that kind of leads towards those kind of thoughts. So I will leave myself without armor, but I will pray until I go to sleep, and I'll cozy up with friends without even them knowing what's going on internally.
Do you sleep in the wagon, or where do you sleep?
Oh, in the wagon, yes.
In the wagon, yeah. Okay. All right. Gror. What do you do? Do you sleep with your armor on or off, and where do you sleep?
Or will sleep with his armor off, kind of grim and quietly, and not his normal happy self that would want to be with others, almost like in a corner as much as he can be. Maybe with his back to the door, once everyone's in, to kind of help guard it.
All right. So Theros, what we were talking about was that everybody got to roll a GUI reward, but you didn't, so because you were gone. So shame on you. No, roll a d20 for me, please. Yeah, no,
Not
that's
gonna
not
matter
work.
anyway.
Yeah. All right. So, do you sleep with your armor on, or do you even wear armor? I don't even think you wear armor, do you?
I'm a barbarian. I am naked.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, you're naked
Well,
with a shield with a wagon.
pants. He's got
Yeah.
pants. Kenna insists on it.
Loincloth, sir. Loincloth.
Okay, that's yeah.
Do you sleep in the wagon or do you sleep outside?
So everyone else is in the wagon.
Well, no. Camber's in the wagon. Gror's in the wagon. Fleegan is sitting outside, kind of on the ground near the wheel, and just kind of propped up against it. That's where he's sleeping.
And Kenna sleeping on top of the wagon.
Kenna is going to sleep on top of the wagon. She's taking first watch, and then when she's done, then Fleegan will take over for her. But Kenna was going to sleep on top of the wagon. I should say that the weather, it as you guys were heading into the bog, looked like it was going to look like you were going to get some snow and everything. But then, as the afternoon wore on, I mean, it's just kind of gray, and it got a little warmer. And as typically happens in kind of the lower lying areas, it just kind of seems to go over the top, and it didn't. It's humid and all, but it didn't feel like it was actually going to snow on you. So there's that.
I will use a cloak, and if there's an extra blanket, I will sleep outside next to the stairs going into the wagon.
We certainly have blankets.
Actually,
we have a few of those.
I will sleep laying down across the stairs going up. So on the ground in front of where the stairs are in the wagon.
Oh, okay. All right.
Basically where the entrance is. So if something wants to get in the wagon, it has to step.
Has to go through you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So
Depending on how large, it could just step on you, but
Yeah. All
Or
right.
then it'd probably just crush the whole wagon anyway.
Just keep your
So-
stinky feet out of my face.
They are big and stinky. So like I said, you guys, you find really kind of later afternoon where you're going to camp. You're able to make a fire pit, get set up, get some food, and you're all pretty well exhausted from not only not having slept well the night before after the trauma, and then the travel, and then of course the combats that you had along the way and stuff, and so. It's even though it's not even really evening yet. You're all pretty exhausted. Do you guys all feel like you want to turn in fairly early, or do you want to sit around and chat for a bit?
Kenna will actually pull out some of the provisions that the Dark Elves gave us, and actually make a meal for everyone.
Okay.
She wants to make sure that everybody gets a good amount of food before we turn in.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Any chit chat or anything like that you guys want to do, or are you all just pretty well just wasted, ready to eat and crash?
Eat and crash. Beat up. Bloody.
Crash.
Yeah.
Crash.
Bloody, dirty, grumpy, sleepy, happy, dumpy, sneezy, bashful doc. Sleepy, happy, grumpy, dopey, sneezy, bashful doc. Is that what it is?
Well, that's just Roar.
That's just Roar. Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's true.
Good moment. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, anything from anybody else before I move on? No? Okay. All right. So, you guys bed down for the evening. Like I said, it's not even really quite dark yet, but it's overcast sky and you're kind of down in the bog and stuff, and so it's it's relatively deep and dark. I'm gonna change the audio a little bit to be a little bit more swampy here. We'll go with that. All right. And as the night sounds from the bog start coming out, you hear strange frog-type sounds and just other weird gurglies. And it's starting, every once in a while, you catch these funky smells that you hadn't really noticed before until just recently. And so it's not very comfortable where you're at. It doesn't smell all that great. It's kind of humid. It's chilly because it's humid and it's winter. And the ground is that real sloppy, slushy snow. And so your boots are somewhat kind of soppy and in some cases caked on the bottom with mud because of just kind of trudging around trying to get your fire started and getting set up for the night. Theros, you do have your blankets and all, but you know what it's like when it gets humid and cold outside, and it's taking you a bit to fall asleep because it's just chilly. Fleegan, you're uncomfortable and you're having a really hard time. You're exhausted, absolutely exhausted, but your mind's just kind of moving, and you're kind of nodding in and out a little bit because your body wants to go to sleep, but your mind doesn't want to let you, and so it's doing some things. That's weird. Kember, you're inside. It's a little bit better. It's a little more comfortable, and you go to sleep pretty quickly, and so do you, Gror. And Henna, you're just kind of sitting there doing your thing up on top. Just kind of describe what you're doing on watch.
Well, obviously, as my father taught me, I'm keeping an eye all around, getting up and stretching once in a while, making sure that I don't get too stiff from the cold. I do have the coat +2 versus cold,
Yeah.
so that helps a bit.
Yeah.
But
that
definitely
helps
just
you.
keeping an eye on just everything.
Yeah, the cloak, it doesn't help with it making you any more comfortable than you would be. It just helps you from, potentially being affected by it outside of just being uncomfortable. So, yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Certainly.
And you're 4 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a 4-hour shift, then I'll wake up Fleegan.
Yeah. First hour, you think that you hear something kind of off in the tangle of the underbrush.
I do have dark vision, just so you know.
Yeah, but that's even really before the sun goes down. But as you look out there, you don't really see anything. And it doesn't really happen again, so you stayed pretty alert on it, and you kind of watched it. Go ahead and give me a perception check in the second hour. Okay. Yep. The toads seem to start getting a little bit louder as it starts to get dark, and you just kind of hear the drone of that. You look around, and nothing really substantial happens at that point. You do hear the caw of a raven, which seems kind of out of place with the noises of the swamp a couple of times, but you don't actually see it.
Yeah, that raven is kind of irritating me because we've run into one earlier last session, so.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception for your third hour. Okay. All right. You're feeling somewhat uneasy in the third hour. But you look down at the horses, and the horses they don't look like they're agitated by any means. And Billy is actually snoring on the ground. He snores when he sleeps. So, if you've ever heard it,
that's Billy and not Fleegan?
No, it's Billy. If you've ever heard a cat snore, he's about 3 times louder. And And so it's a little strange, but he does his thing. All right, so 4th hour. Go ahead and roll your perception on that. All right. At this point, you know you're kind of getting towards the end, and you're a lot more alert because you want to finish out strong, and so
Yeah.
you kind of get up, you move around a little bit. You don't really see anything threatening come along.
I will get off the wagon and make sure that the fire stays at least going, not necessarily roaring like a roaring bonfire or anything, but I'll hop down, stoke that a little bit, then get back up on the wagon.
Okay. And not too long before the end of your 4th hour and your shift and everything like that. You do hear Fleegan is kind of whimpering in his sleep, and then he actually jolts awake as you're kind of watching him, laying there whimpering and everything.
Hey, brother, you okay?
Well, you know, whole normal stuff. Almost getting eaten twice.
Yeah.
But do me a favor.
Yep.
If you see any stumps,
Mm-hmm.
the eye glowing, maggots coming out of its head,
Nope, haven't seen any of that.
run away if you ever see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can almost guarantee you that'll be a reaction. Hey, it's about your shift. I'll sit up with you for a little bit, then I'll head to bed.
Hey. What a night.
Yeah. What a week.
I had the craziest dream. Yeah, that's the craziest dream.
Right. Okay, so you guys gonna go ahead and swap out, and then
Yeah, I'll sit up with him for a little bit, just make sure he's okay, and then once
Okay.
I'm comfortable with him being by himself, I'll go ahead and hit the sack.
all right. Fleegan, what's your position for watch?
On top of the wagon.
Okay. So you crawl up there with her, and then just kind of sit next to her while she's sleeping.
Yes, and he will be adorable and put his head on her shoulder.
Aww.
And then she'll probably knock it off and
Stop
No.
it!
Not with what's
knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off.
not with what's been going on over the last few days. She's actually kind of okay with you being there, so.
Fleegan, go ahead and give me a perception check.
I can find my character. There we go. It's thinking.
It's a good perception check.
You see it all.
Not quite that good.
Yeah.
It is very good.
You hear some noises, and kind of feel the wagon move, around as if, the way that it would normally do if people are inside and you're sitting on top of it. But it doesn't last for very long. What do you do?
Is Kenneth still with me?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's
And,
sleeping on the
And
top
Billy's
there.
snoring louder than ever right now.
Did you feel that? Do you think that was Theros rolling over or something?
Huh? No. No, I
Being
didn't.
the ever so
I didn't feel anything.
watchful and alert guy, I'll just hop down and take a quick glance around.
Okay. You look around and no, you see Theros. He's sleeping there on the ladder. He doesn't snore. You'd think a bedman like him would, but he doesn't really snore. But he's definitely asleep, and you've
He's
been
got a
with him long
CPAP.
enough. You've you've been with him long enough to where you know that when he's exhausted, he sleeps very hard, and he is. I mean, he's out cold. And it looks like his blanket that he had over the top of him is kind of shifted off, and he's more or less half exposed to the elements right now.
So I will go ahead and put his blanket back up because that's what good Vikings do.
Thank you for tucking me in.
Did he react?
No, actually, he didn't really move at all. He's breathing heavily and everything, but he's really in a deep sleep.
Then Fleegan will go over and try to find some horse poo and put the horse poo on his boot because that's a good Black Veil tradition to have poo on the boot.
You find a very, very warm and soft, smelly pile of it that you want to.
Just on one boot. Just the
Just
right
on one
boot.
boot, yeah. And you
Oh,
find.
road apples.
Were you there the night that? Were you there the night that we put peanut butter on Cassidy's foot while he was sleeping?
Yes.
Yeah, that reminded me of that.
Yeah,
Never mind.
welcome.
That was a long, long time ago, guys. But it was an
Big guy.
yeah. Anyhow, yeah. So when you wake up and you stand up, you feel like you're stepping in cat poop. Anyhow, we'll move on. That's neither here nor there. So, okay. So, what do you do after that?
Well,
You don't really
and
do
wipe my
anything.
hands off. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll climb back up.
Okay.
And look all innocent.
Okay. All right. So through the rest of your watch, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Ken is probably having some rough dreams, just so you know.
All right. So you keep a watch out, and every so often you've done watch before, and you have a pretty good intuition on if something might be out there, and you feel like there might be something out there, but as much as you really pay attention and focus on what there could be going on, you don't really see or feel threatened by it. So you're in a strange place. You're traveling through a bog. It could be a catagator. It could be a giant turtle. It could be
Oh,
who knows?
I know what they look like and sound like from the inside almost.
Yes. But it really kind of keeps you on your toes all night long, and you really pay attention to what's going on. And so, if something were to attack you, you would be able to be alert enough to see that at this point. So, the boogeyman doesn't jump out and get you for the night, and as just a sliver of dawn begins to show up on the horizon, on the eastern horizon. You hear Theros begin to stir, and Kenna, you kind of feel it as he's kind of stirring around on the ladder as it's kind of shaking the wagon a bit, and that kind of rousts you some. And Kimber, you're just waking up
I look around and see if everybody's still here.
Okay, so you just kind of, that's the first thing you do is wake up and see if everybody's still around.
Yeah, I mean, I especially give Fleegan an odd look because he's just strange looking. But yeah, I make sure everybody's still here, including Billy. I want to make sure that wasn't a dream.
Okay. Well, you have to poke your head out the door, and it's, you were somewhat warm and cozy inside, and you open up the door, and it's kind of cold, and you know how that morning is when you're out camping and it's wet, and it's like, wow, it's a lot colder out here, but man, I gotta pee. So you,
I'll give Fleegan kind of a long, sort of odd stare just to set him on edge.
okay,
What? Do I look guilty?
I don't know.
okay, so yeah, you look around, you're giving Fleegan kind of a funny stare. Theros has gone off into the woods and relieved himself for the morning and comes back. If you need to go ahead and restore all your hit points and all your spell slots and everything like that, everybody can go ahead and do that at this time, since you successfully got a long rest without anything happening. Although I wasn't sure if you guys thought that was going to happen or not. I wonder why you would even think that. Got to keep you on your toes, right?
We like to live
Kenna-
life
when-
dangerously.
Kenna will get off the wagon and do her usual morning stretches and routine to warm up her muscles and get her limber again, and then she'll get some breakfast going for everyone.
Okay, so you're doing that. Theros is just coming back from relieving himself. Kember is giving Fleegan the stink eye, and then it occurs to Kember, besides the fact that his bladder's really full and he's got to pee, that when he got up, his first thought was to look around and look for everybody. And as he looks around, he thought that Gror must have been outside because he wasn't sleeping over in his corner. And he looks around and realizes that Gror is he can't find him. He's not inside. He's not outside that he can see.
Not even with Billy?
No, he's not even with Billy. Billy's just kind of standing there chewing on a little bit of grass that may have gotten kicked up. I think the horses were kind of pawing at the snow and were able to get some grass, and so he's chewing on that a little bit.
Well, I'm definitely going to climb back in the wagon where everybody's at before I even go pee. So it's a really quick question. Where's Roar?
Or is not in the wagon.
After I ask, I run off and go pee.
Okay.
What do you mean? Isn't he in the? Kenna will peek in the wagon and be like, "Okay, he's not in there. What the heck? Oh, this isn't good, guys. We need to find Roar." Hopefully, he's just relieving himself somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys are kind of starting to mill around and think about that. Kimber comes back from watering a tree and still no Gror, and you all kind of starts to seep into your mind about, well, what's going on? Where could he be? Because it's going on a little bit longer than you would have expected, unless he really, that pie really did something to him. I can't remember if he ate pie. I know Theros would have had to take care of that, but there is a wonder that maybe he did. The pie didn't agree with him, and he's having to spend some extra time in the woods or something. But
Kenna will look around the area for his tracks. I mean, is his equipment gone? Is his armor still there, or?
No, his armor's gone. His weapons are gone, and his cloak and everything is gone. His bedding and everything is right there.
Can we look around and see footprints by chance? that lead off?
Yeah, I'll start looking for tracks.
Yeah, and you kind of you do start looking around for some tracks, and you see what looks to be probably some footprints of for Gore kind of heading off this direction, um, that direction out there, and just as you're kind of doing that and looking around and everything, you see the figure of a dwarf. Sorry. This is getting in my way. I'm having trouble with my UI here. Hang on. You see Gror kind of emerge from the brush, but there's something about him that is significantly than what you remember. He's got a different persona, different to him. I'm going to show you a picture here real quick.
I hope we bring breakfast.
So he well, I'll let Gror kind of describe what he looks like and anything else that he wants to say about this at this point.
So you would guess Gore's been really busy because all of his equipment is kind of covered with ash and like soot to be darkened, as is his beard now, and he's shaved the rest of his head into that mohawk in the picture. He's marked under his eyes now too with the ash to like almost kind of form like a bit of a mask or a bit more intimidating, I guess, visage. He has covered like the cloak and the armor and everything, though, like basically like he's in some sort of mourning or something, you would assume, because everything is black now, and that's not been like him before, as he's always been a pretty colorful person.
What do you guys do?
Speaking of
starts-
approved.
Like the new look. Let's get on the road.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'll check on Billy since Gore's not right this minute, and then bring Billy over to Gore since he's looking kind of offset to remind him that we got Billy back.
He says, "You're a good friend, Gimber, and you'll make a better dwarf if we keep practicing." He pets both you and Billy.
Oh, that's good.
Alright. Gror, you can go ahead and regain all your hit points if you want there. So...
Kenna's going to keep a close eye on Gror. She's not comfortable with this, even though everybody else seems to be.
We're boys. What do you expect?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
par. What we expect.
So, hang on just a second. Any other...
So Fleegan's going to go up to Gore and say, and start, rubbing fingers on his new blackened stuff and see if it comes off.
Does this stuff come out? Does you apply this every day? I mean, that sounds like a lot of work.
Seems a bit like, I don't know, aloof perhaps, and kind of almost ignoring you on his way to where he's planning on riding. So he kind of walks past you, which probably doesn't seem like him because he'd usually at least joke with you, and climbs up on top of the wagon now too to sit.
Fleegan will walk over to Ken and say,
I think he needs a little poop on his boot to get him a little more.
All right. As you're doing that, an axe comes flying out of the bog, straight at Gror's back. Not an axe, I'm sorry, a spear. A spear comes flying out of the bog, straight at Gror's back, and it misses him, but also on the other side of the wagon, a spear comes flying straight towards Fleegan. Does a 15 hit Fleegan?
Yes.
All right, you take 3 piercing damage from that spear that skins your leg as it embeds itself in the wagon, and it scrapes you along the way. The horses start to kind of neigh and stamper and nicker and get a little upset, and what's his name? Billy flips around to stare off into the bog to see where that stuff's coming from, and gives a little bleat that he would normally give. And then Kenna, a spear comes from this direction over here at you. 21's gonna hit, right? Kenna.
Sorry, helps if I turn off mute. Yes, 21 will hit.
All right. So you get nailed with a spear for 3 piercing damage. You hear some kind of a gurgling, hissing-ish roar come as a whole bunch of lizard creatures that look like this, coming from all directions, rush out of the bog at you all. And at this point, let's go ahead and roll initiative, please.
I suspected that was coming.
Go ahead and get them.
Oh yeah. First.
Right. Okay. Fleegan, weren't you over here?
Well, remember I jumped down to talk to Kenna.
Oh, you were over there. Okay, I'm gonna put you right here.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. These guys ended up surprising you, so they're able to run in. This guy's gonna come over here. This guy's gonna come over here. All right. Okay, so now let's get rid of this. Close that. Let us. Let's do this. Wow, that's some good initiatives right there. All right. Did we get everybody? I feel like we're missing somebody.
Roar's not on there.
Or can you go ahead and get initiative on it, or did you? You didn't have your token selected. I'll go ahead and. Put
Yeah,
it
I
in.
can. Sorry, I didn't have the token selected.
That's okay. I'll get you on
Thanks,
there.
Casey.
No problem. All right. So that is. Let's get you where you need to get over here, down here. Okay. All right, Fleegan. You have these lizard creatures bearing down on you. What are you going to do?
Well, the obvious thing I'm going to do first is I'm going to give a sidelong glance at Gore and say,
What did you do to piss these guys off?
and then promptly stab the one next to Kenna twice.
Which you are.
Because that's the way I do.
Their weapons are raised and there's menace in their eyes. They hiss and screech as they quickly move to the attack.
Does 11 hit?
No, 11 does not hit.
Description was really good though, Casey. That was like Vincent Price in Thriller. I was like, they moved.
Well,
That was
we'll try
awesome.
again with the offhand.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
It was probably what caused Fleegan to miss. It was awesome.
It was, actually.
All right. Yeah, Fleegan is really he's kind of agitated and a little bit distracted by that really bad description, and because of that, he is unable to stab this thing. But one thing that you do, what's that?
Kimber says, I'm proud of you, Fleegan, for parleying with these lizard people, for we don't know they're actually going to try to kill us. And I see that you're just parleying back by trying not to kill them also.
What about this spear in me?
That's just friendly conversation.
Uh-huh.
That's how they say hi.
Yeah, it's sticking out of the side of Kenna's arm, and there's blood coming out.
Wait, she has a whole spear stuck in her arm?
Yeah, it's stuck in her arm. It hurt. Yeah. Kimber, you don't have armor on, by the way, so keep that in mind. You didn't have time to get it on. Because you had just woken up and went and gotten pee. Fleegan missed. Anything else, Fleegan?
No, I will say
Okay.
that.
As you're going to stab the guy, and it's probably due to the distraction that you missed, because you've seen these creatures before. They were in the tower way back just outside of the carnival, but these ones look different. You remembered what they looked like before. They had green scaly skin and everything, and these ones, they do have the green scaly skin, but it seems like they're all covered. Their veins are kind of bulging out with kind of a black, dark, almost as if their veins are oozing out of their skin. And they seem to kind of be bulging out around their eyes and stuff. What's that?
So they're kind of a blackish green version of the lizards instead of just a greenish version.
Yeah. But they seem very intent on taking you guys down, and they seem quite agitated. Kenna, you're up.
So they're not the only one.
All right. I am going to, Sword of Speed in hand, I'm going to stab the ever-loving bejesus out of this one. Will a 15 hit?
He dances out of the way as you dance to stab him with your fast sword.
Then I will take the spear out of my arm and stab him with that.
Are you proficient with spears?
Let me check.
If
I am
not,
not.
then-
So
okay,
I'm not
then
going to
so-
do that. I will just stab him with
Well,
my...
no, I mean, you can use a spear, you just don't get the
Sure.
2 proficiency bonus.
Yeah. No, I'll just stab him with my short sword.
Okay.
Nope, 15 misses again.
Yeah, you go to stab
Wow.
him, and you must have telegraphed your move, because he was ready for that. So, anything else?
Let me check real quick. Nope, I've used my bonus action, so I don't have anything else to do.
Okay.
Oh, other than I attempted to attack him, so I can actually move away from him and he can't do an attack of opportunity.
Okay. All right.
So
Go ahead and move to where you want to move.
Let's see.
While you're doing that, I'll have Theros go.
Okay.
Wow. Seeing how difficult these are to hit,
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and, since I've got an extra rage, I've got 3 of them now. We're going to go ahead and rage
Okay.
and proceed to crush the one that's in front of me.
Okay. All right. That one right in front of you and that one over in front of Fleegan look to be clearly bigger and stronger than the others. So go ahead and roll. And faster. And that is going to be a fumble.
Fun.
Glad I moved out of his melee range.
You may roll on the fumble table in this. There's something that you can do about that. Wicked backswing. You strike yourself slightly on the backswing. So you take a swing at him, and he's clearly bigger, stronger, and faster. And you're not quite awake yet. And you kind of fumble around with Graxel, or you using Graxel, or using the other axe.
I'm using Graxel.
You're like Graxel. You kind of fumble around with it, and you take a swing, and he moves much faster than you expected. And you swing it down, and you come down on your own foot. Go ahead and roll a d8 for me. And take that amount of damage. Taking 2 damage. You quickly you end up smashing your foot more than you end up cutting your foot. What's that?
No,
I'm
you
take
don't
the
have.
strength modifier as well.
Nope. It's 1d8 damage.
However, since you're raging, you do take half.
That's true.
And
You're
he's
right.
even more pissed off now.
That is an excellent
Add
point.
to your
I did
rage.
one
You just removed your small toe, and you're really angry about it.
Do you get ultra rage next turn? Is that how that goes?
Apparently so.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start up here. Kind of start at the top here. We'll go ahead and start with this one. That one is going to try and bite Kenna, and miss as she comes running that direction towards him. But he has another spear that he's going to try and stab her with. And he's going to miss with that spear as well. So this one right here is going to try and bite Gror. I'm pretty sure a 22 hits.
Ouch.
Yes, a 22 will hit.
Okay, so you're going to take 3 piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, bear with me a moment. Just got to run over.
That's okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to have this one go after Kimber. He's going to bite. 19, I'm sure, is going to hit without your armor on, so you passed your floor.
Oh God,
You
my
take
ears are bleeding.
Okay. You take 5 piercing damage, Kimber, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Gror, you passed your saving throw, so you don't take any more damage.
Thanks. You said it was 3 damage, though, total? Is that right for me? Piercing?
3 piercing damage, yeah. And Kimber takes 5 piercing damage, no extra poison damage, but it's going to try and stab Kimber as well. And yep, Kimber, you're going to get a gut of a spear.
Oh, I forgot. I'll do a flashy thing in his face.
Oh, you're going to do a flashy thing in his face? Okay. Does that I can't remember on that. It's been a while. Is that a saving
it's
throw?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, so he misses then. Yeah. Okay. So he goes to bite you, and he bites you, and then you kind of wake up enough to call upon Kismia to blind him in the face as he goes to try and stab you, and the spear goes wide with that. All right. So this one right here is going to go after Theros. He is going to bite you. Attempt to bite you. Will a 19 hit? I think it will.
19 does.
Yeah, so you're going to take 5 piercing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
So 3.
Okay. All right, and that is going to succeed. And then he's going to He's got a battle axe in one hand and a scale shield that has very sharp scales on the edge of it. So he reaches over and he bites you. He takes his battle axe, following up with that with an 18 to slash you with his axe. Does he hit you?
Gets armor class of 18, yes.
Yeah, okay. So you take 7 slashing damage from his battle axe. And then he goes to rake you with the his shield. And he misses with that as it scrapes across your wagon wheel.
Wagon wheel shield comes to the rescue.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go to this one right here. And that one, same thing. He's going to try and bite Fleegan. And miss. He's going to swing his battle axe at Fleegan and miss, and then he's going to follow up with his shield and miss. So Fleegan, I think, has at this point realized what's going on, and even though he is unable to stab the thing, he's able to dance and move around without that one hitting him. This one right here is going to throw a spear at Kimber. Oh, wow. Kimber, you get a spear in the back this time for 7 piercing damage.
Wait,
killing the cleric.
How far away is he?
Whatever that is, I don't know, 20 feet.
Because I can warding flare at someone 30 feet away.
But you already did that this round.
Oh, is this the same round?
It's a reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same round.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so you take 7 piercing damage from that spear. This one right here is going to try and throw a spear at Fleegan, but Fleegan has partial cover, so it's going to be with disadvantage. So that's going to miss with a 12, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then this one right here is going to throw a spear at Fleegan. 17 hits, right?
It does.
Yeah, so 6 piercing damage to Fleegan from that spear. Okay. All right. I think they have all gone. Gror, it's finally your turn.
Awesome. I will run back across the room. So how many are left? Just one for me?
You got one behind you, basically. Yeah.
But they're all still up.
Spin around.
I mean, they're
on
all
him.
still up. Yeah.
Spin around on him with a one-handed axe attack.
Okay.
So there aren't any other effects seeming to, like, I don't know, cause obvious changes in anybody or cries out that were outlandish, right? From any of the weapons or wounds. Nobody's fallen really, or you know.
No, I mean, Kimber's taken quite a bit of damage.
Quite a bit, yeah.
And you know, Fleegan is hurt a bit. Ken is bleeding a little. But yeah, Kimber didn't have his armor on, and he got nailed.
I'm good.
Oh, well, if I saw that Kimber got hit, and I think that he's taken quite a bit of damage, I guess I won't attack. Instead, I'm going to use the blue stone.
I just need to get this spear out of me.
So I'll use the blue stone for everybody instead.
Okay.
Trying to think of if I could possibly have a free action, so bear with me one moment to just check that.
There's not really a free action. You have a major action, a bonus action, and a reaction. So if you just kind of describe what you want to do, I can tell you what you can and can't do. I mean, you can use the stone as a primary action, and then you can have a bonus action if you have the ability to do that.
Yeah, I don't think I have any bonus actions on anything. I just wanted to be sure that.
I mean, you could
miss
action surge.
Right. That's what I think I was mainly aware of, but There was nothing else. Okay, so blue stone, heal everybody
Okay.
for 10.
So everybody heals for 10. There we go. And that's one charge on that. Okay, anything else?
He will turn to face the one behind him with his shield. What's next to Billy?
That's
below him.
one right here that was attacking Kimber.
Was Billy hurt or not?
No, he didn't attack Billy.
Billy attacked him. I missed that?
Billy hasn't gone yet. I didn't, I need, somebody needs to control Billy. So...
We need a Billy turn now before we go, and like we're putting him at the end, or...
I just moved him in. Well, he'll go next, so...
I was gonna say, Kimber's going last. He could control Billy, I bet.
Yeah.
And he can get a double turn for waiting, if we're all okay with that.
Okay. That's fine.
All right.
So you do anything else, Score?
Nope, that's it for right now.
All right. So then, Kimber, you're up.
All right. Yeah, it looks like Billy and I are gonna take on this lizard. So I will swing at it with my mace. Wait, how much did we heal? Oh, 10. I'm sorry, somehow I missed that. I will swing with my mace at this lizard. And am I the worst for wear, basically, out of everybody?
Yeah.
You were the one who was hurt the most, yeah.
Alright, so... lizards are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd hate to use my big ability this early in the day. You know, it seems kind of like the thing to do. You know, you wake up, somebody sticks you with a spear, you just kind of go supernova.
Nova away.
2 of them are out of range, though. That's not good.
That's okay. It's better than all of them being out of range.
That a 30-foot aura on you? Is that what you're talking about?
Let me look at it again. Radiance of Dawn. It is 30 feet of you. Basically, there's some kind of radiant light. Does 2d10 plus cleric's level to everyone, all the enemies, on a failed saving throw, or they take half. Saving throw is
Dirty?
Constitution
Constitution.
14.
Okay, you want me to... You gonna do that?
At first I was thinking no, but it kind of makes sense. You know, I wake up and all of a sudden just age or chaos. I'm hardly even awake yet, so I'm calling on Kismia and Jinx to just save us, because I feel like, you know, this ambush
you know what?
is something that's going to possibly
You
kill
didn't
us.
have a chance to pray yet. You don't have your spell slots back. Do you have a spell slot?
Oh, what? I had 2 first level, that was it. This is
Okay.
second level ability. It's an ability though, so I don't know.
It's not a spell,
It's an
yeah.
it's an ability, so yeah, you can use it then. Yep.
Oh, so it'd make
Okay.
more sense I'm using the ability then, because I don't really have much else other
Yeah.
than my mace.
Yeah. You don't have your spell slots back because you didn't get a chance to pray.
Yeah, so I just I call on them to just save us, because I feel like, you know, these creatures showed up just to massacre us. And so,
All right. So this guy right here is going to con save and fail. So he takes how much damage? Go ahead and roll your damage so I know what to take off of these guys.
alright. Oh, I still don't have it on the character sheet, so I'll just do 2d10 plus 3.
Is it
That is your
2d10
level.
plus your spell? Or your level? Your level, okay.
Cleric level, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. 12, huh?
Not
Okay.
bad, not bad.
Not bad at
Bad.
all.
Boom. So, Kimber goes into essentially a trance, and all of a sudden you see all of these lizards around him just start to wither under holy energy. Did I do that? Oh, you damn it. I screwed up these tokens. Hang on a second, I gotta fix something.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I wasn't going to do this today. But before the setup, I was telling everybody that I'm still building this module. And it's got bugs because you guys are essentially beta testing the module for me. And
Which is, think how this whole thing was sold to us to begin with.
well, I mean, it's been out for almost a year
Oh
now.
yeah,
Just trying to get it in. But I still think that you guys are one of the first groups to actually run Chapter 4. I know of a few that have run it, but I just gotta figure out something. There we go. Okay. Is that one? Okay. No, it's good. Okay. Alright, so. Just one more. 12. Okay. Alright, this one right here is going to roll. Ah! No, you didn't go away. No, don't do that. This thing just bugged on me.
Woohoo! Roll 20
Okay.
to save our butts.
Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, 20 save is, so they take half damage on that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So, 6. Alright, so this one right here.
Pretty darn awesome ability.
He's gonna save the very awesome ability. This guy right here. He's gonna save. And this guy right here is going to not save. All right. Kimber goes wild. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna play it as though like you said, I sort of go into a trance. So, after it goes off, I just kind of come out and I look at the was it Gamithian or whatever they're called in front of
Algidians.
me. Algidian. I had the name way off.
That's okay. They are Galmethians.
Oh, okay.
They're both. Yeah.
Okay,
So.
cool. And it's still alive? No! That's it.
All right. I'll explain that some other time. All right, Fleegan, it's back to you. No, hold on. Billy, Kimber, what's Billy gonna do?
Oh, Billy?
Yeah.
Billy doesn't like anything that hurts his friends that saved him, so he'll, of course, headbutt this lizard.
Okay. Do you have his character sheet up?
I do not. Who has
Just
control?
shift. Yeah, everybody can. Shift up a click on this token. You should be able to get it.
Okay, cool. Let's
Oh,
see.
sweet,
Yeah, there
you
is a
did hit
headbutt. Here we go.
All right. He's gonna headbutt that one, and he's gonna hit it. So go ahead and where it says head. Yeah, 7 bludgeoning damage. Go, Billy.
Wham!
AOA damage.
All right. So he headbutts that thing in the groin. All right. Billy, do anything else?
I guess he'll just kind of move around the thing because he doesn't stand still. Otherwise, he knows standing still makes him a target.
Yeah.
So he just kind of moves.
Okay. You can go ahead and move him where you want to move him. He kind of rolls around him. All right, Fleegan, you're up.
So this one next to Billy, how badly does he look?
He's been nailed by holy energy and kicked and headbutted in the groin by Billy, so he's probably one who's taken more damage than anybody else.
Yeah. I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
A move I learned from Kenny. And I am going to go right here, and I'm going to stab this one.
Okay.
As my. I'm going to find my character sheet. Yes.
I think that'll hit. And he needs to make a Constitution saving throw or bleed, right? And he fails.
Yep.
And
Okay.
sneak attack.
And sneak attack.
Oh, yes, sneak attack. That's the whole reason I did that. So it could actually do more damage than I rolled.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. He's still
10
alive.
points left bleeding.
He's still alive.
I've got
He
the
doesn't.
what the
He doesn't
face
look very
on
good
now.
though. He
What
doesn't
the-
look very good. He's kind of wobbling on his feet. Anything else, Fligan?
That's all my moves.
Okay.
Guess I just decided to move away.
That's right, because you disengage bonus action move. All right, Kenna.
All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna magic missile the one in front of me, and I'm gonna hit him with all three of them.
Okay. So she's just gonna unload on this thing right in his face. Shotgun. It's called the magic shotgun. All right, 4, 3, and 2 with that 9 points of force damage.
Yep.
All right. You'd think you hit him so hard he'd go stumbling backwards, but he kind of holds his ground. He kind of does the whole Marvel thing where he hits the ground and puts the one arm down and the leg back and just kind of keeps himself from sliding backwards, and then she runs away. As she normally does.
Yep.
She dances away. All right, Theros, you're up.
Recklessly smashing this one. So using
Okay.
a full attack.
All right. Roll better than a 1. I know you can do it.
19.
19. That is going to hit. 12 slashing
Nice.
damage. You recklessly nail that thing pretty good, so he's got an advantage on you, right? And you're raging, right?
Correct.
14.
So 14 damage. So another. All right. You take a big old chunk out of this guy, but he's strong. He's a beast. And he takes it in stride, although you hit him pretty severely. All right. Anything else?
So it's 14.
Yeah.
I'm just showing who the real beast
All right. Go ahead and do Billy. Billy can go, because this is his normal initiative. So, Chris.
Oh yeah. Oh, Billy.
You're
You want me to do Billy again?
Billy. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
You have Billy the combat.
Yeah, Billy's wondering why this thing hasn't fallen yet. So he does like a leap into the air and it comes in with his head again.
Rears back on his hind legs and smashes the guy with his head. And that is going to hit. And you hear a sickening crunch. You don't even have to roll damage. You hear a sickening crunch as it dies. As Billy takes that one down because
Nice.
he is the MVP. Does Billy do anything else?
Yeah, he's super excited after that. He runs over by Gror to face off that other one over there.
Okay. You can ram with him, so you may want to do that on his next action.
Yep.
All
I'll
right,
let you
so-
do that.
So he's building up on that then. I'll just have him kind of move out in the field a little.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's their turn. This one is going to go to bite Roar and rolls a natural 20. Woo-hoo. Rolls a natural
Wonderful.
20 and then a natural 1. Look at that. But the 20 was rolled first, so he gets a crit.
Quite the Christmas
Alright.
colors you got.
Yeah, I know.
I'm partially colorblind. I can't see it.
Yeah, I need
All
to be
right.
6th
Didn't see
level.
it.
When are we gonna be 6th level?
So he bites Gror, surprising you, and I need to change these up a little bit. There is no such thing as a surprise. It was shocking to you that he bit you where he bit you. You take 8 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. While you're doing that... Okay, you saved on that. Good. So this one right here is going to attempt to throw a spear at Kenna.
Nope.
Nope. And it goes wide as she dances away. Oh, this one was going to follow up with his spear on Gror, because he can do that. 16 does not hit Gror. I know his armor class is 19. Yeah. All right.
Bite and spear.
Bite and spear. Yeah, he missed with the spear. So.
That's cool.
All right. So this one right here is going to move over and engage Theros, and he gets a bite first and misses. He's going to battle axe second and really miss, and then he's going to try and slash you with his not that one, and miss with his shield. So all right. Why is that an action? Oh, that's
Because
I put
it's a
that.
reaction.
Is it's a reaction. I put that in there. That's right. Okay, that's why. So he misses Theros. This one right here was also going after Theros, so he's going to try and do the same thing. And miss with the battle axe. Miss with the bite. And miss with the razor scale. So they came out They came out gunning. And
Shield.
what's that?
He does hit with the shield. He's got advantage.
Oh, does he have advantage because you're? Oh,
Wild
Oh.
attack.
thank you
Wild
for
attack.
thank you for keeping me honest. Okay,
But
so
I-
he does hit with that. So 8 slashing damage with his shield.
Reduced to 4.
Okay. Reduced to 4. Yep.
Yay,
so you take 4 slashing
raging.
damage. Yep. So, yeah, but I'm surprised at how tough these guys are having. Tough time these guys are having. This one's gonna try and... Wow. Well, he threw a spear at... And you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna go over here and throw a spear at him. Yeah, he's gonna hit Kemper.
Ah!
5 piercing damage.
Yeah, warding and flare ain't even gonna help against that.
Yeah. And is that just a one shot, or is it? Does it last for a certain number of rounds? Your
It's
not
single
your warding
shot.
flare, but your
No.
that ability that you used.
Oh.
Is that over?
Oh, the big, like, supernova
Yeah.
kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
instant.
it's just instantaneous kind of thing, and then the warding flare is like...
Yeah. It's a
One per
reaction.
attack,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So this one is going to up here and throw a spear at Gror and miss, and this one's going to move over here, and he's going to try and throw a spear at Theros, but he's going to not be able to hit him. There's no way. double disadvantage. So, all right. Okay, so they're done. So Gror, you're up.
Casey, can you do a bonus action before your primary action, or
Yes.
does the bonus action have to be last?
No,
Nope.
you can do a bonus action
Any-
before your main
Yeah,
action.
any order.
So I want to
Thank
use the lowest of my new abilities on the sheet. If you're
Okay.
You know,
I will go look and see. Yeah, just a second.
okay. The one at the bottom of the list. And I'll do it first, I guess. So after I get hit, Gror will start with like a really, really low, growly sound that you guys haven't really ever heard him make before. That turns into the loudest, yelly roar of absolute madness that you've ever heard from him, especially if even maybe anyone. And then Casey should probably describe the effect of it.
Yeah, hang on just a second.
I never used it before, and I don't know what it does.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what it does, but I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, so as he described it, he did a good job of describing how Gror yells out there in this wail, and everything within 30 feet, which is all of
Only
them.
2 targets. It's only 2 targets.
Is it only
it's
2?
equal to the number of your proficiency bonus, which hasn't gone up.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have this guy and this guy. After he wails out like that, you see the two of them just kind of. It's almost as if a shiver runs up their spine, and they kind of shiver and shake a little bit, and they end up taking a little bit of damage. All right. And then you know what the rest of it does, right? For you.
Yeah, they get a save though too.
I didn't see that.
That's like in the middle.
Oh, it is a Constitution save, isn't it?
Right.
I gotta highlight that. Okay.
I think if that were to happen, if they were to miss that, then they'd probably see wounds, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, but what does that go against? I'll have to look that up. I'm gonna let it go through, because I think it's pretty cool
the damage
action.
that's below it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about what the save is, what number the save is against. It doesn't say there, so I'll have to look that up. But
Kind of need a DC.
yeah, I kind of need a DC, but that's okay. I think it's a pretty cool move, and so they'll go ahead and take the damage. It surprised them, and it kind of surprised everybody. They're like, "What the heck just happened?"
Get half of that back when that happens too.
Yeah.
I'm getting
So
2 back.
You get 2 back, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll take my normal turn. Oh wait, I didn't take my other damage, which I should have marked, which was 5 earlier from that bite. Do you mean to double that? Because they rolled a 20 on me?
No, it was the 5 plus the 3. It was I think it was 8 total, because it'll say up there if you scroll up to it wherever that's at.
Okay, I just didn't know
It
if we
showed
were
it, but I swear I remember seeing 5 plus 3.
It was. You're right. I just meant about the doubling. I didn't know because
Yeah.
they critted me.
No, it doesn't double. It doubles the number of dice that are rolled, not the actual total.
It explodes your dice, not your
Yeah.
damage.
Okay, gotcha. I feel better then. Okay, so now I'm gonna wheel around and attack the guy who's been bothering me the whole time.
All right. That is gonna miss unless you
That's
have
gonna miss
advantage.
greatly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you spin around after that. Okay. All right. I think that should be it because you had a bonus and then that. So
That's all.
that is that. Okay. That is all. All right. So, Kimber, you're up.
So what is the thing that's sort of northeast of Theros? He looks different.
That.
Yeah.
So this one right here and this one right here seem to be bigger, faster, and stronger.
Oh, great.
And you notice that they have these razor shields, and they bite, they swing a one-handed battle axe, and they slash with their shields.
Aren't you glad I'm in front of you?
Oh, I was about to charge at the one next to Theros, though. I shouldn't do that.
Well, you can.
Let Theros deal with them. I will crush them both.
Before
With her.
moving, I'll do healing word on myself, and then I'll run
Okay.
up with my shield. Do I have my shield though? At least my shield, right?
You tell me. Did you take your shield with you when you left the wagon?
Oh, to look for Roar? No.
Yeah. So no.
Nah. Doesn't seem so feasible now. I don't see Kimber
Didn't you
charging
have it because you
forward
used?
without his shield. What's that?
Didn't you use your holy symbol in any of your abilities, which is like on your shield, right?
No,
Oh,
his.
there's a holy symbol on my shield, but I also
Yeah.
have a holy symbol.
Yeah,
Oh,
your
okay.
holy symbol is around your neck. He keeps that around his neck.
I was trying to find you a good reason to have brought it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he can.
thank
He can use the one on his shield because it's got the 4-leaf clover on his shield. But
Okay, well, I'm gonna go beat up the other one north of Gore then, just to try to bring everybody back in. 'Cause I think Gore needs to be over here. So since
Okay.
I wasn't engaged, I'll move over there.
okay.
As I'm moving up, I'll do Holy Word on myself, because I'm greedy
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
So 5 points from that, and then I'll swing my mace on this guy.
Okay. All right, that is going to crack it upside the head. For how much damage?
Ah,
4
that's
bludgeoning
something.
damage. Okay. Crack. All right. So that should be it for you, Fleegan.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Is a spell that has a DC save considered an attack?
Depends on the spell. Hang on, I gotta let the cat in. Be right back. Sorry about that. I thought my cat wanted inside, but... Alright.
Apparently, she just
how-
wanted your attention.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to try something different, and this may end up killing me, but we'll see. Bonus action. Disengage. Run over here.
Okay.
And he takes 2 of his knife out. Starts whirring around in circles and releases them into something called a dagger burst.
Okay. Nice.
That sounds cool.
It does. I wish it was
And
cool.
bursty.
It sounds cool.
So, it is a cantrip. And they have to roll a 1d6 versus my DC
So,
for the
let's
big
see.
damage.
Instantaneous.
It's 12.
Spell save DC. Yeah.
Dexterity saving throw. Okay.
Dex. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So one of these guys, Dex, is gonna fail, and one of these guys, Dex, is gonna fail. Alright.
Roll that
Yeah,
beautiful
this is-
bean footage.
This is why I asked, because one is right next to Theros, and do I get sneak attack?
Yes. No. This is a spell.
Right,
So
that's
area
why I
effect.
asked.
Right, it's like an area effect.
Do
spell.
spells consider attacks?
Well, I think sneak attack is on a melee attack, isn't it?
Checking. Hold
It
on.
says attack.
Yeah. So 5 damage to each of them to start. Okay.
It says
Attack
once per
must
turn, you
be-
deal an extra d6 to one creature you hit with an attack.
The attack
You-
must use a finesse or ranged weapon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
so it has
spell,
to-
not
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not
Fair
active
enough.
for a spell because it
I
has
did
to be
10 points of damage,
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad.
but it
That
was
cool.
still cool.
Okay.
I get
I liked it.
finesse.
I liked it. Kenna.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Okay, I'm going to show you the path I'm moving so that I don't get engaged. And I'm going to here.
If
So-
you press the right keys, you can actually make her move in that path too.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I can't
I'll have
remember.
to-
It's a combination of like control and shift and something or other, and it'll actually move. that
I'll
way.
have to figure that out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to attack here.
Okay. All right, that's gonna hit.
So that's
11.
11 slashing.
11 slashing. I think you're all are waking up finally.
And then I will use Misty Step as my bonus action to there.
Okay. She bounces over there, stabs
Ooh,
stabs
slap.
him, and then disappears.
Ow, what the? He may not even have seen me.
As
How did
Fleegan,
you
as
get
Fleegan
all
runs
those
over and
there?
spins around with blades, and then all of a sudden Kenna comes over and like, okay, she's gonna one up you. You know, he's like Fleegan tries to do a spell dancer move, and Kenna's like,
Well, mine technically leave my hands. Can you do that?
I have a feeling this is going to be a Legolas Gimli thing moving forward. All right, Theros, you're up.
We're going to continue to smash and bash. Same one. Also with reckless abandon.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, oh yeah, that's gonna hit. That's
We're
definitely
going to take that. Yep. And 16 damage this time.
16
Slashing.
damage on that guy. Your eyes are bloodshot. Your muscles are bulging. You're totally awake at this point. I mean, you're all kind of coming out of this stupor, not knowing what had happened, and
Well, he's
You
gone
bring
into a
that-
stupor. He's foaming at the mouth. He's got poop
Yeah.
on his shoe,
yeah, that axe comes swinging around and takes the head right off that thing as it just flumps to the ground, and this black oozy blood just kind of squirts and runs down everything, and it's just it
That's
does not
gross.
look like the normal type of blood that you're used to seeing off of these things since you had fought them before. All right, you gonna do anything else now that you took him down?
Just pivot to the one that's attacking me from the other side.
All right,
Just need
what?
to- Just give it a look like you're next.
Okay. What's Billy gonna do, Kimber?
If Kimber's not back, he told me to go ahead and run Billy, so Billy is going to ram here.
Okay. Billy's good. That
Billy
hits.
is like the best hitter.
So that's going to be 5 bludgeoning.
5 bludgeoning damage as he nails that thing. Yep.
Ooh.
Doesn't take him down, but you hear a sickening crunch in his leg as he smashes into him. All right. Okay. It's their turn. So this one realizes that Billy's a much smaller target than Kimber, even though Kimber doesn't have any armor on, and Gror is very imposing in his, mohawk and, goth look at this point. So the thing turns around and decides that it's going to try and eat goat for dinner. He's going to try and take a bite out of the goat. I think that's actually going to hit him. Yeah, it is. So Billy takes 5 piercing damage.
Ouch.
If he doesn't make his con save, he's down. The goat is down.
No.
Does he need a con save?
Yeah, roll a con save for me. He
17.
makes it. Yeah, he makes it.
He's one.
All
tough
right.
one.
And then He's gonna try and stab him with his spear because he can and miss because of the hide armor that was fashioned for Billy. It slides off the armor. That doesn't take Billy down. So, all right, Rory, it's your turn. This thing just attacked Billy. And you're
of that at all. So
Cannot.
I'm going to use my action surge and get an extra action.
okay.
And how hurt is Billy seeming by those 5?
Billy got hurt pretty bad.
He's barely standing.
Yeah, he took a big old bite out of that goat, and
Okay. Gosh dang
Or
it!
now
If somebody could do
rages.
anything. All right, so first swing on him, hopefully because he's still looking at Billy licking his chops. I might hit.
yeah, treat it.
Splat. And
That probably going to kill the thing.
Nice.
Yes, it does.
I
Yeah,
can take 9.
yeah, you took that
like it.
down. Yeah,
Okay.
you can still
Then-
move and take your second action.
Yep.
I
And a bonus action if you haven't taken one yet.
Yeah,
don't have another bonus action to perform, but I'm trying to figure out where I would be good. How far can I move?
what 25
5
feet?
squares?
I think so. 25
Yeah,
feet.
25 unless you've got something that has enhanced your movement. So
Yeah, 25. Yeah.
I think I can go all the way. Oops, one more. And tie up this guy. And
I'd
then,
like to leave 3 for Fleegan.
in order to try to help everybody and maybe possibly protect Billy after Kimber heals him also, I will yet again raise the blue stone and bless everyone with
So everyone gets a D4.
Jinx's
to their
blessing.
roll.
Whoa.
Yeah, a +1 to their armor classes, like what is written on there too, or something. The blessing grants a +1 to AC saving throws, ability, and skill checks for 10 minutes.
Oh, so you're blessing them with Jinx's
Oh.
blessing, not just bless. Okay,
not a bless. Yeah.
not
okay.
bless. Okay,
Yeah, I
So,
don't have bless on my own.
so basically +1 to everything. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool with that.
All right. Cool.
Figure
All right.
that could help us.
Yeah. All right, Kimber, you're up.
Alrighty then. I had 2 first level spells. And I say that because I guess I need to use one on Billy.
He's kind of bleeding out in front of you.
Yeah.
Bleeding.
But
Not
Grover
bleeding.
told you as he
Bleeding.
charged away. He's like, tend to the goat!
He strongly suggested it at least.
Ooh, that's good. 8.
Oh. Okay. That heals old Billy.
So he's got bleeding now.
Charge! Towards these crazy lizards.
Oh, and fumble.
Oh, yeah, no.
Where's
You-
Kenna? Where's Kenna?
You know what? I've got 2
Gooey
things
reward.
Can I
use.
use my new
Gooey
sweet
reward.
cube reward that he gave me for it?
Good reward.
Wait,
I think he has one. He's got one.
Blessed
He
by
has it,
gives
right?
me a once per long rest when you roll a 1 on a d20 for an attack roll. Really check your saving throw. You can re-roll the die roll and choose which to use.
So you're gonna use the 1 or are you gonna use the 24?
Yeah, I'll use the 24.
Oh, guess what? You hit.
Don't you love the double rolls?
What? I totally would have used the 1.
All right, so you can only do that once per rest period, though, right?
Yeah, so I'll
Yeah,
have to
okay.
use Avoid of Fumble next time.
So just remember
That's
that.
the
So
first time
7
in this
damage.
campaign I've been able to use that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good time to use it.
All right, very good time to use it.
Alright,
right.
that's
When you're
it.
armorless and bleeding and you run into combat after you've, tend the goat. I mean,
Yeah,
Way to go,
I
man.
tell you, anybody watching Kimber in this battle is like, this guy should not be in this battle. But, you know, he's here.
Well, he's running around half naked, trying to smash things with his mace. But I think Kisme is sitting up there just enjoying the show. I mean, and was really proud of the fact that he reached down, you know, killed the goat, and then turned around and went over and smashed the thing.
I'm
You know,
starting
tripped.
to see.
What happened is you turned around, and as you're running across the field right there to get to the other thing, you slip in that really sloppy, sloshy snow. But the thing is you raise your mace up as you're heading towards the thing, and you almost go down on one knee, but to catch yourself, you actually use your mace to reach out and smash this thing right up along the side of its shoulder, and it kind of pushes you back up to stand.
I love
So-
that. Yeah, that was basically thinking I'm all stumbling around. That's perfect.
Yeah. All right. So Fleegan, you're up. You just saw Kimber, you know, totally spectacularly almost, but not fail.
I take inspiration from that and attack this guy.
He gets encouragement.
Wasn't one of them bleeding?
Yep. It's dead now, though.
He's dead.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
still bleeding.
okay.
Riley. He
So
just
go
didn't-
ahead and roll your damage, but I have a feeling that one's going to
Valid.
die. Yeah, that one's dead. All right. So
Okay.
you stab that one, you kill it.
And I'm doing sneak attack because the next one I attacked I can't use on anyways. So just for giggles. And
Wow.
6 more.
So,
All right,
yeah,
well,
he
I'll
sticks the
hand
knife
this
in,
guy.
and then he does that whole stick and turn sort of thing.
While he's looking at the other one
As
that's
that
still
black
alive.
blood runs all down your arm and your hand and everything.
It is a serrated blade, so you twist
Yeah.
it sideways and saw it on the way out. All right, so there's my secondary attack, and 14, right?
14's
That
gonna
hits.
hit, yeah.
Take that.
5
Max
damage.
damage.
All right. Nice. Okay. All right. Okay, Kenna.
That was actually pretty good.
All right.
That was a good turn.
You know what? I am going to cast Chromatic Orb on this one over here, and I'm going to do lightning damage. Why not? But a 9 will not hit, so dang. So I will
Did a lot
step
of
over
damage
here, and using my bonus action, I will stab him with my short sword for
course
8
you will.
piercing.
Yeah.
In frustration, I stab the guy.
Yeah, she turns around and she goes, go, lightning! Shit.
Shit.
Ah. Takes his frustration out on the other guy and stabs him in the back. Alright. Theros, you're up.
Oh, which way to go? North or south? I'll go north. I'll step onto this one and proceed to crush the one that's in front of Fleegan.
Stomp it!
With
Stomp it, Theros! You can do it! Do the stomp!
Theros is doing nothing but stomping at this point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also with Reckless Abandon.
He's growling and stomping and sweating and frothing
Crit.
and swinging and
With the
critting.
But he's a dwarf now. This is the best.
Go ahead
I
and
am
roll on
not
the
a
crit
dwarf.
table too. Let's see what
Alright.
happens. So you can roll a damage and roll on the crit table. Alright, you strike with debilitating force, roll an additional set of damage dice. I've seen that happen, you do that before. So go ahead and roll your damage, and then I need you to roll another d12 on top of that. So that's 13 damage plus another, so 24 points of damage.
I think there was a spider that took that, wasn't there?
Yeah, and I think it took like 30 something, like 33 points of damage or something like that when that happened, but I remember when that happened. So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad we set that up the way we did, because, I mean, he just turns around and he's frothing at the mouth and he's bloodshot eyes and he's stomping as he goes with the bones of the thing cracking underneath him. And this thing, just starts to wet itself as it sees Graxel come down from on high and really pretty much just cleave him in two from the top of his head all the way down to mid-torso as he just, just kind of splays out all over the ground. And that black blood just pools all over the snow around him.
Kenna's gonna lean on the shoulder of the one that she just stabbed and be like, "Did you see that? Wow. Sucks."
Sucks to be him. Yeah. All right. Billy's turn.
Can I finish my movement up to this far one up here? Yep.
Yeah,
I'll
if
do
you want
that.
to. Yeah. Bud.
It's like a freight train.
Yeah. What's Billy gonna do? Kimber, what's Billy gonna do? Or
Could help Kenna.
Kenna could do it.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. Billy, what is Billy's movement? Billy has a 40-foot move. Oh yeah, doing a charge. Aw, misses completely.
He goes slopping through the slush of the snow, and he just can't quite get the traction that he needs, and is unable to hit the thing. All right, so it's their turn.
Might have like obscured the.
This one sees Theros coming at him, and Theros just got up and went away. So I'll come back to him. This one right here is face to face with Gror. Seeing his friends go down, is actually going to try and turn tail and run. So Gror, you get an attack of opportunity on him. Gror, are you there?
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
I hit him for 10.
Oh, I didn't see the roll. I was watching something else. Okay. All right, so you're going to do 10 points slashing damage on him. That's not enough to take him down. So these things are fast little buggers. They're quiet and they're fast. And so it takes off into the swamp pretty quickly and disappears from sight. All right. This one right here, after Kenna leans on over him and says, "You see what happens?" It's going to turn around and try and bite you.
Okay.
And
ouch.
Yeah, pretty sure that's going to hit. So you're going to take 7 piercing damage from his bite. That was basically you said that to him, and that was his, bite me.
Yep.
I bite you. So I need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Failed.
Ooh. Oh, you take another 2 damage. You're not poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Like, you little shit. I wasn't even going to attack you if you ran away.
And he's going to go to try and stab you. Does a 17 hit?
No, that does not hit.
Okay. And you don't have,
Thank you, Kismia.
You don't have mage armor up yet?
Nope.
You have a bless,
I got an
remember?
18.
Or she's one
I got
higher.
an 18 from the bless.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kismia. That's why you said that. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Theros, this one up here sees you coming up towards him, stomping, and he freaks out and tries to run. But you were not engaged with him, but Billy was. So Billy gets an attack of opportunity on this thing as he turns to try and run. Oh, Billy tries to knock him, but he got away as he slipped away. He slipped away, so he runs away. All right. Okay, Gror, you're up.
Gror will try to end Kenna's threat over there and charge over and chop him.
Okay. Oh, Gror, not gonna hit. Not gonna hit with that.
Dang it, I thought somebody hit with an 11 earlier.
All right.
Do you have a +1 from the bless or anything?
No.
No, it only affects all of our armor class and say
Armor
skill rolls.
Armor classes
Saving throws,
and
skill
saves,
rolls,
yeah.
and stuff like that. Yep. All right. Okay. Kimber, you're up.
I have nothing for magic left, so let's see. Wait, do I only see one?
There's only one left.
Man, the way I stumble about, I think it would be safer just to stand still.
Okay. All right.
I'm
I'll go to Fleegan.
checking- I'm looking to see if I have any ranged attacks.
I'll go to Fleegan and let him do his thing, and then we can come back to you.
Alrighty.
Fleegan's
So
gonna
I'm
run
going
up.
to come under here. And I have yet to fling anything at these guys, so I'm going to fling some daggers.
So did you go under the wagon, like slide under the wagon, or did you go up over the wagon?
I go under the wagon.
Okay, so he goes sliding over the wagon and throws a dagger.
Under.
Throwing under.
Under.
Below.
Did I say over? Below. He slides under the wagon and throws a dagger.
He does that Duke Boy thing over the top
Yeah.
of the hood. It's a-
Under. All right, you hit him.
Take that.
7 piercing.
And that.
plus sneak.
And
Plus
do your
6.
con.
13.
And do my Constitution save throw. All right,
Made it. Darn.
made it. All right, so 13 points of damage.
Yep. And I get a bonus action to throw the other dagger.
Because he's a good rogue who hits again.
Nice.
That's right.
Did he do enough? No, he didn't do enough. But it doesn't look like this thing is going to last one more flick of the middle finger. All right. All right, Kenna.
I gave you a chance.
It looks like a piece of paper standing in front of you.
Not anymore.
Ouch.
She's gonna rip.
I
She's
gave
gonna
you a
rip.
chance.
She's gonna rip the paper in half.
Don't you want to know why they attacked us?
Apparently not, because it's dead.
I'm guessing they don't like goth dwarves.
I was gonna
That's
say
all I
because
have
they're
to say.
hungry, but I like that better.
Yeah.
Like that.
So
It
did
could
we
be
kill
they,
them all, or did
we're
someone
on
get
their
away?
football field.
Did any get away, or did they kill them all?
Yeah, 2 of them
One
got away.
got away.
2 of them got away.
Oh, dang
Yep,
it.
2 of them got away.
Hopefully that doesn't matter.
They ran opposite directions too to make it really easy to hunt him down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not hunting anything through this swamp. Let's get the hell out of here.
All right. Well,
Everybody put on your clothes. Make your
Man.
prayers.
If we didn't need
Maybe they-
supplies, I'd hop on a horse and start riding.
Maybe they have some sort of clue as to why they attacked us. Like maybe they have like a wanted poster or a note, you know, or
Yeah, search
Is
them.
this black blood the same thing?
I would like Quimber pray first.
What was
So what
that,
was the-
Theros?
so what was that, Theros?
I was going to take a look at the blood. Is it the
Mhm.
same blood as like our people had? Same kind of like
No.
black and-
No.
No. And yeah, you were specifically looking to see if it was that same, exhibited that same that
Poisonous.
blood poison. And no, this is something else. You can give me a medicine check if you want.
I'll assist.
Well, I know how to do medicine, usually by amputation.
Theros is over there sticking himself with the poison, wondering, just
Yeah.
seeing what.
Yeah,
Probably.
I do amputation medicine.
I would
might
let you
have hurt
assist
himself,
there,
he
Kenna,
fumbled on
but
it.
Yeah.
but I kind of like the fact that it really kind of fit that Mr. Bloodshot Eyes over here is sitting here trying to inspect this stuff, and yeah, he can't even hardly see it to know what's going on. So Kenna, I could give you a roll if you're trying to figure
Okay,
out anything
yeah.
more about this blood. Yeah. The only thing that you really know is that it's definitely not the same kind of thing that you were seeing on your troop
The other
members.
ones. Yeah. And
it's
and not
something
the same blood as the
different.
other of this race that we saw before, correct? They didn't
Correct.
have this
Yeah.
black blood? Okay.
Yeah, no, their blood was green and, of the consistency of normal blood. This blood is more gelatinous and it's black
Thick and
and
black, okay.
thick and black. Yeah.
Is there anything different about the two leaders too, other than their size?
Their size, they were just stronger, bigger, faster. They had those shields, those razor shields, things like that. So they were
See
probably
if they've got anything of value.
your suspicion is that they were probably alphas, maybe something like that. You guys are gonna inspect the bodies, okay?
Yep, search them.
While they're doing
Alright.
that, Kimber reminds everybody of what they already know. We're traveling a road that no one travels unless they have to. It's one of the most dangerous roads in the Republic, and sadly, we're feeling it. So we are either going to have to become, and he kind of looks towards Gror, more resilient, bloodthirsty of our enemies, or we need to get the hell out of here.
Let's complete this mission and then get out of here.
So, bone bracelets, spears, tiny salamanders in an old rusty tin. Then bone necklaces, a lizard skull with topaz eyes. So the topaz is actually worth some value, some little gems there.
Yeah, we'll take those.
Braided leather armbands, a stone battle axe, a couple stone battle axes, and those two scale shields that they had.
What are the scales on those shields?
They look to be similar to the kind of scales that these creatures have on their bodies, but looks like they've been sharpened.
So are they embedded in these shields?
Yeah, so it's a wooden shield, and then they've covered that shield with these scales and sharpened the edges of them so they're razor sharp.
Are these scales that I could take and put on the wagon wheel shield?
We could work on something like that. You'd have to take some downtime to actually sit down and work on that. But with your history of your training and the things that you've done in the past, we could probably work on that. I'd probably have you next time we take a rest. I'd have you, if you wanted to work on it, let me know, and you could work on it. Have you make some rolls, and we kind of see where we get with that, because it's going to take some working and tinkering to happen. Sure.
Well, I'll take the shield so that I have raw materials to do that.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. All right.
Wagon wheel scale shield.
Maybe you can fill in some of those holes so you can block an arrow with it.
Honestly, do we think our enemies think we have anything that they want? We've taken everything already. Even after we got back from those ruins, they took what we brought back from there, didn't they?
Nope.
What do you mean, no?
Well, yeah, from the ruins, yeah.
They took the metal that I was going to use to
overlay put over the shield, yeah.
And the thing that Mother Salventa sent us to get in the first place, right?
That she may have sent off, we don't know.
Yeah, you don't really know the answer to that, so.
Because Mother Salventa was missing when we went into the forest to find water and food and everything. She wasn't in the camp, so she may have already delivered that, but we don't know.
Okay. All right, so it sounds like, from what I understand, everybody's telling Kimber to pray.
Yep, get your prayers, get your pants on.
I pray forgiveness from the gods that I ever thought that anything that was going on here was their fault at all. I feel that they have done us the best that they can, especially after this combat, because there's so much fumbling going on, yet we still came out of it alive. And and I just ask for their forgiveness is what I do. And in
Mhm.
my mind, I'm thinking that is the lowly creatures that reside on this planet that is at fault for everything that's going on, and that the only way to fix any of it is for us to do it. You know, and if the gods wish to help, great. But I ask for their forgiveness for any fault that I might have blamed on them. And you know, we came back and all of our people were massacred. And in my mind, I'm thinking that we are we are what is left that needs to restore anything, our honor to our people, and show the world that they should not mess with the haunted ones. So Kimber is becoming less clumsy, innocent, humorous. He's kind of following in the steps of Gror, what he saw of Gror when he came back this. And he asked Fleegan if he owns any dice.
No, I don't have any dice.
Okay. I feel our fates are being tested and we need to.
There might have been some in the troll treasure.
Oh.
The
Yeah,
ogre
somebody
treasure?
has those.
Yeah, there was
ogre
the goblin dice or whatever those were. The goblin dice or something.
Orc dice.
I got them on my character sheet.
Why doesn't Fleegan have dice? Come on.
Oh,
I don't gamble.
gobber stones.
I go for sure,
It is
sure
fixed.
things.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
I'll
fine.
look at the gobber stones and examine them and see if Fleegan wants them. Do you want them?
No, I'm good.
You see, I'm pondering all of this as if it means something. I don't really know what it means. I put them away.
So, it's kind of obvious to everybody at this point that, Kember's persona has changed pretty significantly. Not really sure why. Gror's persona has changed significantly, and he's goth Gror now. And everybody took a bit to kind of get into the groove, and once you guys finally got into the groove and had taken somewhat of a beating, you realize that it's time to get moving on, obviously, and get dressed and get your prayers going and finish your exercises and eat your breakfast and get on the
Alright.
road. And
Cast Cure Wounds on myself.
okay. All right. So Kimber, at this point, once you do your prayers, you get your spell slots back. Okay.
I did cast 2 first levels today, and that's
Yeah.
ability. So the ability's gone. I assume
Your-
2 first levels.
Your ability's
are
gone, but no, those will come back. So what the
okay.
deal is it's between prayer times.
Cool.
So yes, you have to take a long rest, but you also have to do your daily prayers to get your spell slots back. And that's also at the point when you do your daily prayers that you can choose if you want to change your spells.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, so at this point, you do get your spell slots back. But Kenna does not, because Kenna had already done her regeneration.
Yep.
So, all right. Okay. So,
And now
no.
I will go through the process of casting the mage armor using the performance points to make it a 16-hour spell instead of an
Okay.
8-hour.
Okay. All right, that works. So make sure you keep track of all of that.
Oh yeah.
So, what is your armor class now?
It is a well. If the blesses of Kismi is gone, then it's 20.
Yeah. So the bless would be gone at that point. So yeah, 20.
Yep.
So okay. All right. So you guys are able to kind of get your wits about you, get everything in order, get packed back up, get your breakfast. Nothing eventful happens thereafter, other than what we've spoken about with kind of some attitude shifts and some other stuff. Theros kind of comes back to reality and calms down a little bit, and wipes the spittle from his mouth and is still staring at the blood, trying to figure out what it means, but is able to eat something. And but you guys are cut up. I mean, you've been stabbed, you've been slashed, and everything, and so you're not only splattered with mud that came up, but you're kind of wet from the slosh that you were stomping through in the and you got some of this black blood just kind of dried on you, and it's kind of crusty and everything, and so you look more the worse for wear. But you guys are able to kind of pack up and move on, and after, oh, I don't know, maybe another hour or so of travel, it appears you're nearing the end of your journey. And really, at this point, almost all the snow is completely melted away, and the muddy ground shows signs of more than just the tracks that you've been following along this road. And as you round a bend, an old weathered sign gives notice that you are nearing the bog town. But unfortunately, it offers little hope that you'll find welcome there. Because it says, the town of Stuckshow, absolutely no shizits welcome round these parts.
Uh-oh.
We got enough bottom feeders in the swamp already.
Pulling out the disguise kit. I happen to be trained in that, and I happen to have one. See if I can't make us look a little less Hanataz.
You said that was on a sign?
Yeah, that was
Casey?
on a sign. Did you see the sign pop up?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
does it say, or does it mean anything to us specifically that it says shizats? I mean, is that just
Well, you guys
a
are
general?
That's a
bad
that's a
term for Hanataz.
pejorative term towards Hanataz. I mean, that's what
Okay,
people
I
call
thought
you
I
guys.
thought it was Hanatas
It's
specific.
a it's a racial slur for Hanataz. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's basically the N word. All right. So, I am going to move you guys to a new map here. So, did I hear right?
Roar
that Kenna's
already
gonna-
has his disguise. You don't have to mess with him, Kenna.
Most of us look relatively normal, just a little bit of blood touched. My skin is relatively purple, so I want to like tone that down a little bit. Dress more like an adventurer and less like a performer.
We could find a bog pumpkin. We could put that over like Fleekin's head, so nobody can see his head, and that would probably work.
Well, if we can't disguise all of the group, then it doesn't matter. Like Theros, how's he going to disguise?
Looks relatively orcish, half orcish.
I don't know how this is going to work for you. I thought that would work differently. This Roll20 changed its fog of war feature.
Mm.
Do we
So-
have like a helm or hat or some kind of cowl that I can wear to hide my eyes?
We've got fur-lined cloaks. We've got some coats and a few other things. So yeah,
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I think I see what's going on. Okay. Can you guys see the map that you're on, but you only see a certain distance?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just looked to see what you guys were seeing. Okay. All right. So, bottom line is you guys are going to try and find ways to cover up any telltale signs of you being Hanataz.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely not have my tattoo of the jester hat with crossed swords behind it showing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta hide our holy symbols, don't we?
Yeah, you might want to do that.
What about our horses? Any of our horses branded Hanataz?
Not that I'm aware of.
No, they wouldn't be.
No,
They wouldn't be. Your wagon would, though. Your wagon would have the look
Probably.
of a.
Yeah,
Honito's wagon.
but there was horses with the wagon too, didn't we have like 2 of those?
Yeah, you
So
you
we
have. Yeah, you have plenty of horses. You have your 2.
I just meant were some of them Hanatas. They weren't all just from the ogres, were they?
Yeah, but they weren't branded. They're not branded.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
not branded in any way. No,
They just
I
look
mean,
like
they're-
horses.
Yeah.
Well, I can use maybe sacred flame to burn like any little things that
I-
might stand out. Maybe.
Can use prestidigitation to change the color of it. I have to do it a little bit at a time, but it's a cantrip, so I could cast it enough times to change the overall color of the wagon to be more of a standard
Conventional.
wagon.
Yeah, I'll let that go. I think that'll
Okay.
work just fine because you have travel time to be able to.
It's
work
also
on that and
covered
do
in
that as
black
well.
rotted lizard blood and all kinds of
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah, you guys still
I
have.
have been
that on
asking
you,
around
and-
too, and armored billy goats aren't strictly Hanatas at all, right? That's what
No.
I've found. So that's not really. We don't need a disguise on that.
That's weird, but not Hanatas.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Exactly.
It is. It's just kind of weird.
Well, we do just have one wagon. We're not a big troop either.
And
Right.
nearly everybody is kind of weird, so I think it probably will fit.
Fit in.
Mhm.
Yep.
So who's gonna wander around in the swamp right now anyway? It's not like,
Nope.
Big Fatty Arbuckle and Little Lord Fauntleroy are gonna winter here or something.
So what are we? What's our story about why we're here?
We were attacked, and someone.
We were driven this way by the attackers.
Yeah, by attackers.
We were on the way to the north, I guess, right? And
Yeah, we're heading towards Pronadal.
I don't even know if we need to
Yeah.
tell them that much. I don't think we should say the city's name.
Yeah.
This
we
north.
were
and-
traveling the roads looking for any bandits or shizzats to kick the butt out of.
There you go.
Oh God, I hate using that term.
Yeah, when he said that, I actually had a little shiver.
Yeah, Kenna almost like gets a little bit of a gag, almost like she's gonna throw up because he said it. It's like, oh.
All right.
Yeah, I have that feeling when I say it in my game too.
Any other discussion or anything?
I say we let can guys let me do the talking. I'm pretty good at persuasion and pretty charismatic.
Better
And
than
who
me.
was it that we were looking
Just
for?
be careful with what you invite that way, though.
Oh, I
Might
trust
cause a worse situation.
I'm not going to invite anything if I can avoid it. I
How-
just want to find who is it that we're trying
so
to
how are we gonna
find.
find this man that we're supposed to find?
Trying to find the name. I know I put it.
I got his name, but I don't know how we want to describe that. We better probably get that straight, too, because we're not supposed to use his name,
use.
for one thing.
Yeah, we're
Trandon.
Yeah, Trendon is his name, but
Trendon,
don't
yeah.
ask by name. But he's short and scarred.
What was it? We
human.
were supposed to use two words in a sentence together to.
Matthews Overton and a blunted steel sword.
Right. But I think it's Matthias Overton. And
Oh,
the blunted
Matthias,
steel
yeah.
sword.
I have it in my word doc, but yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
You were right there.
All right, Kenna,
I
you
think
take the lead.
Okay.
The gift of persuasion and talk is yours.
Yeah, you have the gift of persuasion in certain ways that I don't, but not the ways we want to use in this town, I think.
Well, and that's what Groar's saying. As much as we're encouraging it, be careful how much
Yeah.
to encourage a reaction in them that we have no choice but to fight them.
Yeah.
Because if somebody starts thinking that you're selling melons and purses, we're gonna have to
Oh, no.
regulate the whole town probably and burn it down and like we normally do.
Let's
Yeah.
let's keep mass murder and arson off the table for now. Okay.
I'm just saying that's all on your head and shoulders, Kenna, not ours.
Okay.
Okay.
That's yeah. Thanks.
You
Thanks.
play it right, and nothing goes wrong. We're okay, right?
Okay, if I play it right and one of you does something stupid, that's on you.
We'll just be good until shit
Please.
jumps up, basically.
Please. We've got a number of bits of small jewelry and stuff we could, and some seeds and stuff. We could pretend to be traveling merchants, just moving through the area, seeing if anything, anyone needs anything. So we've got everything from gosh, we got everything.
I don't think
from jewelry
anybody's
to
taking us as merchants exactly.
amalgam.
They're going to take us as the kind of people we are, that we found stuff.
Hey,
you know?
I'm a merchant. You are bodyguards.
Yeah, I don't know about that either, but
You guys got your story down, or?
the story better about we're going on the road and we were trying to get to the north and we were going to, fight anybody on the way. And that's how we explain we've got stuff. And ready, and we don't have to really play that down. Because I don't want to hear Fleegan's sissy voice if he has to play that character again. He's always having to go into that character. Pretending somebody, he's somebody else.
Well, I'm thinking we just, if anybody asks where we get the stuff, we just fought, and fought our way through.
Yeah, we've been attacked by bandits and a few
We've
other
been attacked by bandits, and this is our
things
stuff.
along the way, and
Bugger off.
We've removed enough bottom feeders to allow room for ourselves.
you be quiet.
Okay, all right.
So not very far from where you saw that sign. You're heading down the road, and you round another bend, and after traveling down a modest incline, you find yourselves at the edge of the town proper. Stuck Show is far from being a town. However, indeed, it is more of a small village with but a few buildings, and as run down and desolate as any place you have ever visited. The stench of the black rot bog is very strong here. And the foul odor of fetid water and rotting vegetation is what's bringing much of the unpleasantness to your nostrils. At the entrance to the hamlet stands a rickety wagon shed and some dilapidated stable, and a young human male rakes out a small paddock nearby and hears you approaching and waves as you guys approach.
I will
what it
nod.
looks like here. So, fairly, young, attractive individual. Looks up, waves at you as you come on up. Now, ho there. How y'all's doing?
We's good.
Yeah. So, hadn't seen you around these parts before.
Nope.
Where y'all coming from? Why you coming out here all the way down to Stuck Show? Not much else going on.
No, we was on the road and got run into some bandits, and we lost one of our horses and a wagon. We's just looking to find a place to shelter so we can get ourselves stabilized and move on.
He gives you a smile and gives you a little wink. Seemed like a pretty good group. I'm liking the goat you got over there. He's kind of cute. He has a couple hound dogs with him, and one of them comes over and starts smelling Billy's rear end. And what'd Billy do?
Be cool, Billy. Be cool.
Don't kick it in the face.
Now, oh gosh, I forgot the name of his dog. Sorry. He yells at his dog. Get on out here, boy. You do your thing. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. So, well, pretty very interested in seeing strangers coming in and out of these parts here. Coming down right at a decent time. We're about ready to be having our peace festival here in a few days, and maybe if you want to be hanging out for a little bit, might want to join us for the festival. It's a roaring good time that we have around here. It's about the only exciting thing we happen each year. The rest of it, I mean, it's just where we live and what we do. But just hanging here. You guys you here to do some visiting, or what's going on?
No, like I said, we ran into some trouble on the main road and ended up being shifted off. And by the time we figured out where we was, this was the closest spot for us. So we just decided we'd come in, maybe get some supplies, trade off some of the things that we managed to acquire from some bandits, and just hang out. But if you're having a peace festival, haven't been to one of those in some time.
So you all's doing peace festivals where you's all from, huh? You's had problems with them lizard folk too?
Yeah, we ran into them a little bit back. As you can see, I point to the blood on the wagon and on my boots. They's right nasty.
Well, they has been right nasty, but not as of late since the gods blessed us with the opportunity to make peace with them folks, and that's what we've been celebrating in our peace festival. I was surprised they'd been attacking you. I hadn't heard about that in quite some time.
Yeah,
quite some time.
Came right after at us just a day back.
Oh my. Well, I may have to be talking to Father Kenlin about that. I'd be a little worried about if something's changing in their attitudes, but
Yeah.
no, that's kind of strange. But you are quite the little looker underneath that blood. Smile, and maybe maybe you want to. I don't know if you're hanging around sometime. Maybe you want to get a drink sometime. I'd love to sit down and have a little chat with you. Kind of enjoy that.
I appreciate that. I would definitely consider to imbibe with you.
He gets a little smile as you're.
I will grin my
being
most
positive to his advances. You don't feel threatened by his advances.
Yeah. I will smile my most positive, performance smile that we used for the crowds. So.
Yeah, he's definitely flirting. But he's not flirting in a creepy way. He's just flirting, and
Good.
he's a pretty handsome young man. He's a little young, but he's, I don't know, maybe about 18. So not really about your age.
Isn't that our age?
A little, actually, a touch older than me. So.
Yeah. So
You're
I'll
still
let you.
Yep.
But well, I know if you guys are being hanging around for some time or something like that, this is where we stable the horses and stuff for various folks. I'd be willing to stable your horses and even take care of your wagon if you need down on here. There's not really else. There's a place to park down on here and down on the docks and all that.
Might kind, yeah. We could definitely make some kind of an arrangement for that, I'm sure. I've got some coin and a little bit of jewelry that we managed to take off of some bandits that you might be interested in trade, but we'll work it out. Barter
Right.
is the currency of the area, I'm sure.
With your horses, they've been done safe with me, and trading. There's not a whole lot of things. I don't usually take stock in stuff. Me and Mom and Pa, we're simple folk. The things that we need is the ability to buy the provisions that we need and get us through the winter and stuff. And I think I give you a deal. I could stable your horses for 1 gold a night, and I'd even be willing to put your wagon and lock it in the wagon shed. I still got a slot in there for one wagon, and I
Huh.
could even lock it in there for another gold, if you need. And I'd even put the dogs in there and keep it safe for you. If you need, they can guard that out if you want.
Well, that is mighty kind of you, and I would be more than willing to give you 2 gold a night for that service.
Oh, wow, that's quite generous of you. Quite generous of you.
I'll kind of talk to her for a second and be like, sure we got this.
Yeah, we got it. I got 4 plats.
You're
I got 4
you're
plats.
being a bit generous, but we need our wagon because it's got everything in it that we want to trade. So perhaps we should lock
Oh,
it up later.
we can come back and get things from the wagon as we need to. Is that correct? That good?
Ask that again. I'm sorry.
Oh, we can come back to and get things from the wagon as we need. Correct?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, anytime. I'll even give you a key to get in the lock shed here that
Perfect.
you can come get, and if you're comings and goings and things like that, and we'll keep a look-see after them, and I'll make sure the horses are well fed, and I'll even brush them down for you. I mean, you're so generous with the money that you're giving, and the fact that I'd love to.
You did say 2 golds a night, so I'm more than willing to pay what you was asking.
Well, no, you must have misunderstood me. I'd say 1 gold. 1 gold. But if you want to give me the 2 gold, I'd gladly do that. I'd wash it down for you. I mean, it's got this crusted blood on it and some of these other things. I mean, we'll clean that out. I'll brush your horses down and make sure they're fed some of the good oats that I have back over in here, and we'd take real good cares of this stuff if you want. And even you mentioned you'd maybe get a drink. We'd come down over to the sink and just kind of have a sit and a chat. I'd love to be doing that. Sink's the best place to get anything around here. Well, I guess it's about the only place.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. We'll look for the sink then when we get a little further in. And I'm terribly sorry. I did forget to give you my name. It is Narana.
Narana. Well, my name is Otis Narana. It's a pleasure to meet you, my dear. And
an absolute pleasure.
well, I tell you what, Narana. I'm sure hoping that you guys want to stay a few days here before the Peace Festival. It's a right good time, and I'd love to be able to have a little dance with you. We do some dancing. Preacher gets up, gives a rip roaring sermon about being kind to others and
Sure.
just knowing what the gods have done to take care of us and taking care of that long-standing war we had with them scaly folk, and then we get all excited, and there's some great drinking and there's some great dancing, and it's just a right good time. But it's a few days away, and
I'll tell you what, Otis, I am not much of a dancer, but I do promise that as long as we are still here for that festival, I will be the first to dance with you.
Chuckle.
all that. He gets a smile on his face, and he thinks he's getting somewhere now. Well, that's done good. It's kind of nice to actually see some friendly folk coming on in here. I mean, the people around here, they're not very nice to visitors. They're not real kind on them, and I'll tell you,
Well, that's a shame.
they really don't like Hanatas. I don't.
Dear.
The Hanatas, they used to come around here every few years, but then that one time when I was just a little boy, they stole a toddler from the Durkins.
Oh no.
Well, one of the Hanatas men, they forced themselves on old man Laundry's daughter. Her name's Ophelia.
Such a shame.
They say that she's begging your pardon. Hanatas man, he used magic to bewitch her too, and then later she run off into the swamp and killed herself after she found she were with child.
Tragic. That is a tragic story, sir.
It's so sad. I mean, people talk about that here to this day, and they just don't like them Hanatas. So if you see any Hanatas, be sure to tell them stay clear
Yeah, clear. Yeah.
for their own safety,
Well,
for sure.
if I happen to pawn one of their carnivals, I will make sure that they are aware not to come towards this area.
I wish they used to come back down here. I mean, that was a bad thing that happened and everything. I never really thought they were bad folk. I really enjoyed their carnivals, but I don't know. I mean, they say these nasty things about them and stuff, and I'm just not sure I believe all that stuff, But you all
Well,
seem.
you never know what is true because there's always three sides to every story: your side, their side, and the truth.
That is done quite true. That is quite true. I tell you, it is we're a small town. There's not a lot going on around here. Got the mayor and her man, and we got old Herbert down there at the sink, and he waters us and feeds us up as we need, and you got old Ellis. She runs the trading post. She's got all kinds of stuff, actually, for a little town like ours. She's got quite a bit of good things down there. But
May have to stop
there's a
by and
lot of
see her.
fishing. What's that?
I said may have to stop by and see her. I've got some amethysts and a few things that I might want to trade to her.
Yeah, she might be interested in that kind of stuff you're talking about for trade and stuff. But the main thing for us, I'd be doing barter and stuff. But we do need a coin to be able to live. I mean, we live on the fish, and it's kind of hard sometimes because the crocofrogs and the cattigators and old fathead.
Yeah.
And all they just and the hellcat, they just that they just come in, and it's not real safe being out in the bog, but we do go on doing lots of fishing, but sometimes it's just not there, and it's the winter time, and we got to buy our provisions and get our things done. But I'm looking forward to the Peace Festival, and I'm looking forward to dancing with you, and I don't know, I maybe you head on down to the sink and check in with old Herbert there, and I just got to do some cleaning up here and make sure we get all locked up, and I'd bring the key down and meet you guys on down there if that's agreeable with you, and get these horses cleaned up for you, get them brushed, and get that all taken care of. And
most certainly is, and just to show good faith, I will give you the first 2 days in payment up front.
Well, that's
because that will make me feel better.
Well, that's mighty fine of you. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, that'll help a lot. I think that'll get us some of the things that we need. I could go by and get some of the stuff I need to take to old Ma, and she could make up some ham pies and some other stuff for us for the week, and get that taken care of. That'd be nice, and then we could catch a few crawfish and do a little boil. Yeah, that'd be good.
Just because I'm gonna try insight just to make sure he seems.
That's what I
on
was
the up
gonna
and up.
do. Yeah.
Yep. All right, sure.
So Casey, I was gonna ask when there was a pause to. I'm listening to everything. Is there anything that he might have said or stumbled over, or even fluctuations in his voice that sounds like he's being dishonest? I'll do insight also.
You do insight also. Okay. Kenna, you have encountered many different types of men who've hit on you in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And this is about the kindest, most pleasant banter that you've had with an individual. And I mean, even this guy, I mean, he's attractive. I mean, I don't know if you're interested or not, you can tell me, but most people would not be put off by him.
Well, if you go for that bland human look.
Well, I am definitely not. Kenna would find him intriguing because of his personality, and his straightforwardness is refreshing. So she would definitely be receptive to. Absolutely, she'll have a drink with him. She will definitely dance with him at the festival, but only if it seems like he is being truthful. So
yeah. No, your insight on that is that you wouldn't find reason to not believe him.
Okay.
You feel like the words that he uses, the verbiage that he uses, especially that he kind of caught himself when he started to say Shazat,
Hmm.
and everything. It just it's kind of in the vernacular of the place around here instead of,
Absolutely.
it just kind of came out, and he knew that's just something that
Hmm.
he himself wouldn't like saying.
Okay.
And so
Good.
he just has a real honest, friendly demeanor about him that feels right.
Okay.
And Kimber, as far as you trying to see if he's tripping up on something or telling you a half truth or anything like that, for you, you wouldn't have any reason to believe that he's not telling the truth, but you don't have a strong feeling either way either. Okay.
I will give him my biggest smile. I will hand him 4 pieces of golds, and I will bid him farewell and ask him for directions to the sink.
Yeah. Well, sink's just right on down the main road here. Not too far. Just right down on the left as you head down on around the bend, right there. And yeah, you all seem like good, fine folk, and I'd be happy to answer any other questions about the town that you might have or anything like that before you go. But if you want to head on down to the sink, we can meet you down there in a little bit. We can talk more there if you want to.
Absolutely. Anyone have any questions for the fine gentleman? No? Okay. I guess we will see you at the sink, sir.
All right. Well, we'll take care of these horses for you. We'll get this wrapped up. I'll make sure that the pups are keeping things good
And I will
secure
make
for
sure
you.
that the wagon is securely locked before we
Okay.
move it in. So, just to make sure they don't go through it. He doesn't go through it. So, not that at this point I think he will, but
All right. Sounds good. All right. So, what do you guys do from here?
say we wander down into the town, take a look around, get our bearings, and then head to the sink. What do you guys think?
I think we put everybody to sleep.
Someplace closer.
What was that?
First. Unless there's someplace closer to go first, like the trading post or...
Yeah, like I said, just to do a
like
wander around and take a look and figure out where everything's at, and then settle in at the. Is the sink? Does it look like it's an inn as well as a tavern, or just a tavern?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you'd had enough banter with Otis to tell that it's an inn and a tavern.
Perfect. Okay.
It's pretty much the place where everybody congregates
Then
in
we
town.
might be able to secure
That's where
some
strangers
rooms.
would go. Yeah, that's definitely where you would go to get some rooms if you wanted to stay, especially the few days until the Peace Festival and so yeah, but
So
yeah, the town
I would
itself.
like to keep an eye out for any kind of symbols that may look like, I don't know, shiners, and
Okay.
or tree stumps that look like they have maggots growing out of them.
Okay.
Or melting undead
Pies.
faces.
Yeah.
Or tree stumps
Yeah.
with pies on them too. Watch out
Well,
for
look
those.
for those. Yeah, that's
Okay.
those are
Alright.
important.
All right. So
I'll be
go ahead
looking
and
at people.
Fleegan, just go ahead and give me a perception check here. All right, thank you. All right. So the town itself, if you guys can see that, let's see here. Yeah, it looks like you can. Let me move you a little closer so it's a little. Okay. So as you head down around the corner, you see what looks like it's probably the sink. In fact, there's a sign that denotes it as so. Is this building right here? Coming up as you look, And then right beyond that, you see a series of docks and boardwalks to a number of buildings. That's the town proper. Um, looks like there's some sort of common pavilion over here, where assemblies and things like that might take place. This right here has an unmistakable look of a town hall in that
Okay.
area. The the market, Ellis's trading post, looks like, I think that's Ellis's trading post. Hang on just a second.
Uh,
That's the market. No, hold on.
hey guys,
Uh,
do we hide? We had the wagon that had the hidden compartments. Do we hide anything that might,
Yeah,
stand out as us being
anything.
Hanatas?
Yeah, anything that is distinctly Hanataz, and probably the shields and stuff and chainmail that are marked with the town guard of Pronadal. Probably put those in there as well.
Yeah, at least underneath everything. If we
Yeah.
can't fit
Yeah,
in a
we
compartment.
should have definitely hidden anything that could change, like somebody's opinion.
Sure. Yep.
But probably hidden everything we could.
Yeah, because who knows? I don't trust these guys. They're probably going to go through our wagon, see what's in it.
Well, I think that gentleman was on the up and up. He did not seem to be giving me any falsehoods. So.
You're picking up some odd reaction from Kimber, like he doesn't quite think you're thinking with your brain.
I'm gonna look at Kimber like, really? You're looking at me like that, really? Okay, Captain, I love a blue pirate.
It was just, it wasn't a town full of people.
Yeah.
so, as you head down there, really the brush and everything is kind of low lying, so you can kind of see this whole peninsula area, and the market would be like where they come in, and bring in the different fish and stuff that the different fishermen would catch and sell it to people around there and stuff. And then you have what looks to be a warehouse, probably where they would store various things for the town and that kind of stuff or whatever. You
Is
see
there
a
any-
building over here that there's a wide road. You're not quite sure what that building is, but you see that over here. You see a series of row houses off in this area here, and I think I was circling the map but not pinging on it. This is that building over here. You're not quite sure what that is, and
Okay.
you have the wagon shed here is where you kind of got your wagon stored, and then you have your stables over here.
Okay. Is there any blatant holy symbols or images or anything that looks like a temple or a church?
No.
Okay.
You don't see that. You do see. What else can you see from this vantage point? Yeah, from here you see a building over here. That it's hard to tell from this location what it might be. You see another building just kind of out on the other end of a big wetland area, bog area. But that is kind of hard to see. But now, actually, as you're looking a little closer, because you're looking for like a like a church or a
Yeah.
holy building or something like that, you're thinking that that's more than likely has the shape of some sort of chapel out there.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, you see these over here. This area back in here is, the growth is a little bit thicker and stuff like that. So, there is a trail that runs back on over to the row houses and stuff over in that area. But you'd have to kind of go back up on the trail to
Okay.
get back over in there and stuff. So, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, I think we've pretty much scouted the entirety of this town.
A warehouse market and then back on the road.
Not before you
Uh,
have a drink.
yeah, we're also looking for.
I'm looking at the people.
Uh,
They're just walking around. Is there anything unusual about them? Are they kind of viewing us suspiciously?
You know, as you walk down the road and as you kind of walk onto the docks and you kind of look at these buildings and stuff, there's not really a lot of people on the docks today. It's right about midday. As you walked by the Sink Hole Tavern there, you kind of heard what sounded like there might be a crowd inside there. You know, maybe they're down there having lunch or something. You don't know. There's definitely a town drunk who was kind of stumbling along the docks, and he kind of gave you a little bit of a look and then just kind of kept on walking. There was a couple fishermen just hanging out at the market. Looked like they were preparing to get some of their stuff sold. But you know, it being the middle of the day, people are, you know, they may be out tending to their duties and stuff like that. They usually don't tend to hang around much of the town. The town hall didn't look like it was open, so you know, who's what knows what's going on there and stuff. Just not a lot of people around the town right now, outside.
Okay, gentlemen, I think
And
we
it's just
should,
it's like I said, it's really nothing more than about a village. There's not a lot of people, and where people live and stuff are probably out throughout the bog. You know, they come in here to get what they need and then go back home, sort of thing. So, you know, it's not it doesn't seem out of the ordinary that there's not a lot of people around right now.
Okay.
let's get ourselves some rooms, and then we can maybe settle in for just to wait for him to bring us the key, and then see if we can't find our contact.
Yeah, you do see what looks like maybe a mother and her daughter walking on the docks over here, and they're just kind of walking on by. The daughter kind of looks up at you and it's just kind of, you know how kids will do when they see a stranger, they'll just kind of stare at them.
Yep.
And Mama just kind of sees that, and she kind of ushers her daughter along a little bit more, like, you know, don't stare at the people. Don't.
I will
That's
smile at the girl and nod to the mother.
Yeah, the nod just, or the you know, the girl, when you smile at her, you know, you almost see a very imperceptible smile kind of curl up on her lips, but the mother doesn't even really nod back or anything. She just kind of looks down and kind of pushes her daughter along.
Shoes her along, yep.
Shoes her along, and she's a little more aggressive about it than you would think most mothers would be. But okay, all right. So what are you guys doing from here?
Heading to the Sink.
Okay.
Get ourselves a room and some rooms if they have more than one. And
Did we see everybody in the market, or did we only see a few people outside?
There were just a couple people at the market. You know, looked like they were preparing to set up. It must not open until the afternoon or something like that, because it looks like they were starting to kind of come in and bring in some of their catches and start getting things set up. But there was just a couple of fishermen out there.
Gotcha.
wow,
Man.
that is not the best place I've seen, but it's far from the worst that we've stayed in. So
So,
Down.
yeah, Sinkhole Tavern. It's a rather large two-story building with more than a few holes in the walls and roof. Dangling from the roof by a rusty chain is a broken and very weathered sign that reads "Sink." It would seem that the other part of the sign with the rest of the tavern's name broke off in the past and has, well, never been repaired. A unlatched door leads inside from the wide porch, where
oh, excuse me, gentlemen, sorry.
there's a number of makeshift keg tables inside with wisps of smoke that trail out from the cracks in the door and the partially open windows. As you regard the ramshackle bar, you hear raised voices erupt from within, though not quite loud enough for you to make out the words. But the The participants are clearly not pleased with each other.
Oh boy. Be prepared. We may be walking into a bar brawl.
So, what do you guys do?
Sometimes the best thing for an argument is an interruption.
That is true.
Gror is moving towards the farthest corner from the fight. Find a chair and table.
And
you
Kenna will
guys
walk
gonna-
in and look a survey and then head towards whoever looks like the proprietor.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and move you guys over to the Sinkhole Tavern map here.
That is a lot of people. A lot more than I was expecting.
Yeah. So why isn't anybody out in the town? They're all having a drink in the bar.
Apparently.
All right.
Them.
You guys all just kind of file inside, you think? So you
Yeah,
can actually,
I'll follow
Yeah.
in. Since
actually
I'm
see
her
what's going on here.
bodyguard.
Yeah, stay close.
All right. Okay. Everybody can see.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the tavern's decent-sized common room is tightly packed with wood chairs, benches, and tables, and all of them seemed scattered and stained. Scarred and stained. A hearth on the eastern wall smokes with old embers from a fire that has not been rekindled. A long bar runs for most of the north wall, and a door is behind that, and from there a large human nonchalantly wipes a tankard with a grubby towel, and he's eyeing two male human patrons engaged in heated conversation. So this is the large man behind the bar wiping the thing with his towel. These are the two guys that are engaged in heated conversation here. They're each backed by a few other who watch with some intensity, and several more individuals sit at different tables, most attempting to ignore the yelling going on in the center of the room. You hear, "You're a damn liar, you is," shouts one. The other responds with, "This was mine. I never cheated nothing in that game. You know, you's been a drunk ass." After a moment more, the bartender yells across the room to the angry pair, "Now you all clear out if you're planning on fighting again." Just then, one of the men shoves the other, who falls backwards, grabbing a stool to keep from hitting the floor. Turning back toward the man who pushed him, he lifts up the stool with clear intent to swing it at the first, as several of the patrons clear out of the way. At the same moment, a golden-haired man pushes forward and grabs the stool, looking sternly at the pair. "What is it that you think you're doing?" he demands sternly. Looking at both the men, he wags a finger in their direction. "Now you two get yourselves straightened out. You'll be spending time in the cells." At this, the two seem to calm down just a bit.
I think we know who the sheriff is.
That was this guy right here. Right. What do you do?
Like I said, why don't you guys go grab a seat in the corner? Theros, come with me. We're gonna head up to the bar to talk to the bartender, the barkeep. Just gotta
I
wander
think
up.
Cleveland will just go ahead and get in the corner and enjoy the show.
And I'll follow Kenna up.
Okay.
Acting like her bodyguard, so always being like a half step
You're
behind her.
right on top of my
Are
token.
you? Yeah, that's what I was
There we go.
like. Where are you? There you are. Okay. All right,
I'm
Kimber,
really
what are
good.
you doing?
I'm just gonna mind my own business and find a place to sit down at a table.
Okay.
Everybody else.
All right. Somebody got Billy. Billy's just kind of standing there at the door.
Wouldn't we have left him in the stables with the horses?
The dogs.
No.
I don't know. You tell me.
It's entirely. I'm gonna leave that
Don't
up to
think so.
Gror because
I think that would probably cause a problem either way. You know, didn't
Well, I don't
ask
know,
Yeah.
their pet
care
goat.
for goats, and
We'll say
dogs already
Billy.
wanted to smell them, or whatever.
Yeah, Billy didn't really want you guys to leave him if you were talking about that and stuff like that. He kind of made that clear, so you guys brought him with you. And interestingly enough, some people look up from their drinks and their meals and whatever they're doing, and they kind of give a curious glance over to you all as you come in, and old and Billy, you see a few eyebrows raise as they see him, but nobody really says anything, and they kind of turn back to kind of watching what's going on with the commotion. And as Ken and Thero start heading up over towards the barkeep to talk to him, the the altercation continues. You hear one of the guys say, "Look, Father, Rent be trying to grab me share of the take, but he's already got his cut." The blonde man gives them both stern looks. "Well, I'm not sure what cut y'all been fighting over. We'll be discussing that matter later. Ordain doesn't smile on cheating people and gambling."
Who did he say?
Ordain.
Ordain?
"For now, you both leave your shares where they be. Wait till it's all divided. And if I see y'all fighting again, you'll be regretting it." And with that, the two groups kind of turn away and head out the doors on the opposite ends of the tavern here. This guy kind of heads off into a door back over this direction. This guy kind of heads on out with a kind of a group in tow as well. So, all right. And that, my friends, is at the point to where we should probably end for the evening,
I concur.
because it's getting kind of late. But you guys have made it to the Sinkhole Tavern, and we'll kind of pick up where we did the last time. Sorry, it's not much of a cliffhanger, but a little bit there. Something to kind of give you a little taste of what's to come here. So, any questions from anybody before we finish up for the evening?
Sounds good.
I think
I'm
sitting
good,
at the
yeah.
wrong table.
Ready to get some drinks and rolling.
All right.
There
Casey,
you go.
do great game.
Good. Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. So, so my friends, will let our those who are watching go. We'll say, thanks. We hope that your mind was opened by wonder tonight, and that all of your adventures between now and the next time we meet be sticky. Ah, thank you. Good night.
Night.